92.5. Second date update.
You know, sometimes in the dating world, it can feel like there's little messages, like cosmic signs coming from the universe, guiding you to your destined path.
Is that how you go about dating?
Yeah.
This music,
right.
You know, it's like, OMG, I was just driving and then my car just broke down outside of a chapel. And I knew that was the universe telling me, you know what? I need to divorce my husband and start dating the pastor from this chapel.
That's a very...
Why else would my car break down right there? It's the universe, okay? The universe knows my dating life best.
Very specific messaging from the universe.
Well, we have a guy named Connor on the phone today who also got a message from the universe.
Oh, please don't tell me you married a pastor.
Bro.
Connor, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Okay.
Good.
What was your sign, dude? I'm scared to ask.
I'm scared to find out. Connor,
They don't believe in cosmic signs, bro.
I mean,
The one you just said is awful.
Connor, do you converse with the universe on the regular?
Yeah, you know, I do love to pray. I'm a man of God.
Oh, that's
and,
sweet.
You know, you open up your heart and you live with love. You never know what might happen, so you got to be
aren't
open
you
to
a
it.
catch?
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. The guy says, I believe in God, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, you're a sweetheart. Meanwhile, I'm crazy over here talking about signs from the universe. You're a hypocrite.
He's trying to
Because
marry
you're
the pastor.
divorcing someone based on a car breaking down, and he's trying to live with
That's
love,
God
Jeffrey.
telling you. God's stepping in.
He's trying to live
Connor
with
gets
love.
me.
Yeah, just right. Once you say God, it makes complete
Yeah,
sense.
no argument there. But sorry, Connor. Go ahead.
Just
No worries, no worries.
Connor's so chill.
Yeah, you know, I think you just live with love, my man. It'll come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good encouragement, Connor. Who did you meet?
Well, I met Erin, and I met her on Christian Singles, so I guess that might be the sign he's referring to, as we were both on the Christian Singles dating app.
I don't think that's a sign. I think that's just an algorithm working correctly to
hold
match
on.
you up with
Yeah.
someone.
Again, I'm not blind to that, but I think just since we're both on that platform, I guess we would have the same beliefs in general. So you're kind of having a smaller pond to fish in, I guess you could say.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, this isn't the first time we matched on that app. So about a year ago, me and the same girl, we matched and we started talking, and we wanted to meet up, and then she actually ghosted me.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really know why. She just kind of stopped talking to me.
That's not very Christian.
Yeah, not
Is it-
Christian of her at all.
Is it if it's on a Christian dating app? Is it angeling you instead of ghosting?
I love it.
That's a good one. You might have to copyright that one, sell it to them. But you get that. Like, it happens all the time on these apps.
Yeah.
So a year later, I took some new photos. Spruced up the profile a little bit, and we ended up matching again. So I called her out. I was like, oh, so you came crawling back to me. And I reminded her that we matched last year. She remembered and felt super embarrassed.
Oh.
See, that was more of the sign from the universe that I was talking about, the double matching. When you match twice, I feel like that's the universe telling you something special is
No,
here.
it's God telling you, remember.
Well, whatever.
It's all
Same
the same.
difference.
Something's telling you something.
Yeah.
I feel like God would be smart enough to help the algorithms out and lead us to the right path.
There you
Hopefully.
go.
So wait, did she take it in stride though? I mean, you said she was a little embarrassed about that.
Yeah, but it was cool. Now, we laughed about it. But she actually wanted to meet up this time. So we were talking about what we wanted to do. In her pictures, she's really fit, takes care of her body. So I didn't really know. I mean,
Not that a good Christian man would care about that, now would he?
well, I didn't know what she might want to eat. So I'm not that smart, I guess. I thought she was vegetarian because she was so in shape. So I suggested a vegetarian place, and then she replied, she's like, gross, that's disgusting. If you're a vegetarian, I don't think this is going to work.
Oh, nice, though.
Yeah, it's another sign. So what did you guys end up doing?
So we actually ended up going to a barbecue joint, so that was the complete opposite.
There you go.
Dude.
That's reading the signs correctly. You're getting it, Connor.
Exactly. So dinner was great. I got the ribs, she got a chicken dinner, and everything was really good, but she wanted to try mine. And I was like, yeah, of course, have a rib or two. And I share my plate with her, and she's mowing down my ribs. I mean, we just watched, the 4th of July hot dog eating contest. I mean, she's going for the world record of a rack of ribs.
Oh.
Now wait,
Dip
hold
them in
on.
water and just suck
Was
them
this
down.
sexy to you or was this gross? Because I mean, there's two different types
True.
of guys and how they would read that.
Oh, yeah.
In the moment, I was wicked hungry, right? I was like, slow down. I was like, easy
Can I
there.
have a bite?
Eventually I was just like, hey, could you stop and let me have some of my dinner?
Yeah,
Did she laugh or would
She kept apologizing, but we were laughing about it. And then I made some jokes about how, like there's no way I'm going to share a dessert with her.
That's actually good, though. That's
pretty funny.
So overall, I thought it was awesome. At the end of the night, there was a pretty passionate kiss. I think I got a little riblet out of her teeth.
Oh,
Come on.
Dude.
jeez.
Were you flossing her teeth with your tongue?
Yeah, like there's you didn't get to enjoy the dinner there, so I got it a little later.
Yeah, a little second meal in there. That's nice.
You did not say that to her after you were done kissing her, did you?
Yeah, that's not
No, I didn't.
okay. Good.
Because that really just turned me off.
So, but overall, I thought it went well. I thought it was 100% chance we would get to have a second date. But since then, I haven't spoken to her, and I thought it went really, really well. So I'm just trying to figure out what went on. So that's why I'm here.
What do you think could possibly be the reason that she's not calling back?
I don't know. Maybe she was mad about me not letting her eat all the ribs, but like we were joking. Everything seemed fun. Like it all seemed kosher to me. So.
Did you ever find out the reason she ghosted you the first time a year ago?
No. I mean, that was just online, so I feel like that's pretty standard. Just sometimes just stop talking.
Yeah.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a song for you, Connor. It's just for you, by the way. No one else is allowed to listen, just Connor.
Everyone turn your radios down.
Yeah, but when we're done with the song, we're going to come back. We'll call Aaron for you, and we'll get you your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with a good Christian man named Connor.
Yes.
So I think before we continue any further, we should probably bless this phone call.
You can't.
Connor, would you like to say grace over this call? Because I'm Jewish. I don't know how it works.
Sure. I think we can all come together.
All right. Can we close our eyes and hold
Bless
hands?
a phone call.
Let's just do it.
Not happening.
I'm Catholic.
All right.
We don't do this stuff.
We can do it. We can do it. All right. Let's all take a deep breath
Okay.
and just thank our Heavenly Father for bringing us together today in the quest of real love and friendship. We realize that there are ups and downs and misunderstandings and opportunities to just keep getting better and lead our lives with love and lead our lives with truth.
All right, Connor, I don't want to interrupt, but we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Like, can you do the abbreviated version of the prayer?
Oh, I wrapped it up. That was it, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think we're supposed to say, you're Jewish, you say amen at the end.
Yeah, amen.
Hashtag hotties for God.
Yeah.
No, you do not hashtag prayer.
No, you don't?
I kind of like it.
I don't know how
I'm
this Christian
unopposed.
thing works.
Hey, coming to the new
Anyway.
millennial.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Connor is trying to get a hold of a woman he met on Christian single named Erin. They went out to get barbecue together, had a really good time. They swapped dishes. And then at the end of the night, they even shared a very saucy,
Ew,
no pun intended, kiss.
gosh.
Yeah, a lot more swapping there.
Yeah, barbecue saucy
guys,
kiss. And it was
stop.
really great, but now Erin has not been reaching out to Connor since then, and we're trying to figure out why. So
And remember, they matched a year ago, and she ghosted him then, too. So this is the second ghosting by the same woman.
Well, yeah, you're right, actually.
Oh, what was that, Connor?
burp?
Did you...
I'm hungry from the barbecue.
Interesting reaction to hearing that.
All right,
I
well,
like it.
I feel
let's
like
just
that's a deflection.
stay focused for a few more minutes, Connor, okay? Because we're going to call her right now, and then you can go order barbecue.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm
Okay.
going to dial the number. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Erin, please?
this is Erin.
Hi, Erin. How are you doing? My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hi.
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 You have a moment to talk with us?
What's up? What's happening?
Not much. We're just doing a little segment that we do all the time on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards you're not calling them back, you can reach out to us and we'll call that person for you to figure out the reason why.
Okay.
And we're reaching out to you today because you recently went on a date with a guy named Connor.
Oh, yeah. That's not going to happen, so
Aw.
no need.
Really?
Yeah, no need.
Why would you not just call him back and tell him why or something?
I am just not interested because
The way that Connor described it to us, he said a very nice story about how you matched on Christian Singles and that you had actually matched a year before then, so it was kind of like, it felt like it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Someone read that sign differently.
Yeah. Well, he said that you guys eventually went to a barbecue place together, and it even ended with a very passionate, smoky barbecue-flavored kiss. So did I get any of that wrong, or what did I miss?
Well, I mean, that was all accurate, but there is something that he doesn't know that happened after the date that really just made me like, nope.
It happened after the date?
Yeah.
Did he do something, or did you find something out about him?
Yeah. Well, both. I saw him after the date.
What do you mean you saw him?
Well, we were going out of the parking lot, going kind of like the same way.
Okay.
So I was like right behind him. He didn't notice me or anything.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I saw him like put on his blinker, and I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have done this part, but I just started to follow him because.
Oh no.
He was going in a different direction, like from where he said he lived. So I was.
Well, maybe he just needed to get gas for his car.
Or maybe it's not it's one date. It's none of your business where he's going. And maybe the best thing.
Well, I mean, at that point it was harmless. I was just like curious. So anyway, I followed him, and first he pulled up to an ATM.
Okay.
But then he gets back in his car and he like drives a block and pulls into this parking lot for a gentleman's club.
Okay.
And then he goes inside.
Okay.
So wait, are you against strippers?
Yeah, what?
Or are you just not liking it that it happened after your date?
I just thought, like, how classless and weird. Right after a date with me, he goes there to, like, get his jollies or something. That was just, like, just freaked me out.
It's a little strange after a first date to go to a strip club, I think.
I mean, he said you guys shared a pretty passionate kiss at the end of the night, so maybe you riled him up a little bit.
Oh, it's her fault.
Okay, unacceptable.
I mean, is there any way there could be an explanation as to why he's there? Like his mom works there as a bartender or something?
Like...
Yeah.
That would be the worst possible source. But anyway, the worst part of it all, the next day I'm driving, like, because it's kind of on my way back and forth from my house past this gentleman's club, and his car is still in the parking lot.
Oh.
Okay, but you're stalking him at this point.
No, I was just driving past because that's my route.
Sure.
Okay.
But there's this car, and, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously he got wasted and, like, Ubered home or something, or went home with someone. I don't know. It's just all of it too sketchy.
Well, I mean, there could be. I mean, I know it's maybe out of the realm of possibility, but there could be an explanation for this.
What could that possibly be?
I wonder the same thing, and I think that's why I should probably tell you at this point. Connor's been on the other line listening, and he's heard everything that you said. So let's just ask him. Connor.
Yeah.
You naughty little Christian boy. What were you doing?
It's always those ones, isn't it?
And go into very, very, very great detail when you tell us.
Sure. I mean,
my gosh.
first off, I'm just a little taken back that you were keeping tabs on me. I don't know if I should be alarmed or flattered, but
neither.
So when we were on our date, as it was winding down, I was getting text messages from my friend and people who I also don't know on my friend's phone. So my friend, as a Lord-loving man himself, has some vices, and his vice seems to be the club with the dollar bills. And he went to the club after a couple drinks, didn't have the right amount of funds, and started getting lap dances on credit. As we all know, that's probably not a good idea in general.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Wait, you can do that?
I'm going to the strip club now.
Wait.
I don't think it is a thing because I started getting calls from the club bouncer that they were going to take this guy out back and teach him a lesson.
Well, the club bouncer has your phone number, and you certainly seem to know a lot about how things work in there, so it sounds like you're a regular.
Come on, be honest, Connor. You can't be
Jeffrey and Brooke, you guys didn't hear the story.
Oh, okay,
They were
sorry.
calling me from my friend's phone. So my friend's drunk. He owes a couple grand of backroom dances. They're calling me, and they're saying, hey, like, if you want to come get your boy and bail him out or else. So I didn't want to let my friend go down that road and get his, beat up and get hurt. So I went over there. I got some money. I got him out there. I didn't want to leave his car there because they were going to probably mess up his car if he left it overnight. So I decided to drive his car home.
That makes sense.
And I got him out of there.
Do you believe him?
I don't know, but it just sounds like they're covering up something to me. That's just what it sounds like.
Oh.
As a God-fearing Christian man, it's hard to cover up the truth. So I got to put it out there, and I guess we can all make our final decisions. I feel like
I believe
the lies in the specifics. I mean, how specific can you get? I can show you the text messages of this guy pounding me for money.
He wouldn't offer
Okay,
that.
here's where my issue lies, though. Why are you so defensive about it if it's all the truth?
Because I don't want to ruin a fun relationship. We had a great time. Like, I want to go out on a second date. I like this person. Why? So now I'm going to lose it over something that I thought might be in years future. Hopefully my friend will look back and say, "Wow, my buddy bailed me out. Like, I thought I did the right thing."
You did, bro. You
Okay.
did the right thing.
What are you thinking, Aaron? After hearing that description, I mean,
That's pretty good, Aaron.
I'm inclined to believe him.
I don't even know.
Come on, it's worth a second chance. Isn't that what they teach in the Bible? Like multiple chances or
Yeah.
something, forgiveness?
So at this point, Aaron, I would like to ask you if you would be interested in going on another date with Connor. We will pay for it.
Do it. What do you have to lose?
Oh my gosh. All right, fine.
If your shirt comes off on a first date, either things are going really well or they've somehow gone really, really wrong. And you're tying your clothes together to form some sort of makeshift rope in order to escape.
You had to do that?
I've
Not a
lost
good sign.
so many V-necks that way.
Wow.
Constantly having to buy new ones.
But very strong fabric, I'm assuming.
Yes, very
if you're
stretchy.
able to climb down them.
And one of our listeners had his shirt come off mid-date. His name's Chris. We're going to find out if it was a good thing or a bad thing in just a second. But first, let's say hi to him. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Okay, shirt on right now or shirt off?
Shirt on.
The pants off.
Less interested in this call already, Chris.
I can take it off. I can take it off right now.
Okay, sure.
Attaboy.
If you want to do that, go ahead. And while that happens, tell us about the girl you want us to call. What's her name?
Avery.
Okay.
Avery.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, how'd you meet Avery?
Through the Tinder app.
Yep, that is
Okay.
huge.
Okay.
Yeah, and we bonded over Star Wars.
That's cool.
Nice.
Oh,
What were your
nice.
expectations of the date?
I usually don't really have too many expectations. I just
Wow.
want to get to know the girl and just get to chat with her.
Okay.
Wow, my expectations every date is we're going to get married and fall in love and have kids. That's my hope.
Yeah, no, I'm the opposite of
You're
that.
chill. You're way
Yeah.
more chill.
Just
Got
like
it.
if we talk a little bit, then it's a success.
yeah.
That's good, though. It's like low pressure, right?
Yeah.
That
like,
is good.
You know?
So what did you and Avery end up doing?
Well, I'm boring. I don't know what to do. I take the girl to a bar or something, but this time I was like, I'm going to do something different, and so I took her to a beer garden instead.
Oh, very different from
Oh,
a
yeah.
bar.
It's an
Really
alcohol
mixing it
garden
up.
Yeah.
rather than a bar stool.
It's outside, usually, sometimes under a tent.
Wow.
Kidding aside, though, that is fun because you're still drinking, and like Brooke said,
Yeah.
you're probably outside, you're probably at an event or somewhere
This
fun.
is what Jose considers nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a hike for me.
So what was it like?
It was fun.
Cool.
We kind of just talked about stuff that was on our Tinder profiles, and she's actually a professional massage therapist.
Oh, God. I
Oh, you're
so
the
nice.
jackpot.
Seriously, this better work out because I need somebody right now.
Yeah, you have been talking about
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
intense.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, that was like one of the things that really attracted me about her. I was like, oh, wow, that's really hot. But I asked her how many dudes ask her if they can get a massage. And I told her I'm not going to ask you that. And that made her laugh. And she said she actually might. She told me that if I make her laugh again, then we'll see how the night goes.
So just got on Google and started looking up jokes at that point.
Puts on a full clown outfit.
Worth it. Worth
Yeah.
it for a free massage.
What did you do?
Yeah. No, I was telling her I was like a bad boy and that like
Oh.
I jaywalk all the time.
No.
All right.
Nice. That's good.
So she was laughing more.
Yeah.
She was laughing. She was doing the "you're pathetic, but I'll laugh with you."
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. Was that a highlight or a low light?
It's a highlight. Anytime a woman laughs at me or with me, it's a highlight.
Okay, you,
Even the
you don't care
Pathetic
how.
pity laugh? Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still
All right.
laugh,
Yeah.
Alexis, in
Okay,
his book.
No, she was into it.
Nice.
And then she kind of like abruptly said that she needed to go home and walk her dog.
Abruptly, you say.
Walk her dog.
Maybe the jaywalk joke was not a good idea.
Yeah, that's where I thought for a second. I thought, oh, did I do something wrong? Is it over? And then she was like, but if you want to come with me.
Oh, good.
So I came with her. And then when we got there, like, once you open the door, like, literally in your view is the massage bed chair thing.
Oh, she had the table set up?
I guess apparently she had a client over earlier that day and she had never put it away. And she was like, well, I told you that you might get one, so you might as well do it.
Oh, school.
Oh my God, my dreams are coming true for you.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And so, yes, I did what she told me to do. I took off my shirt and I put my face through that little hole pouch that they have.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
when the shirt came off. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and then she started giving me a really, really good massage. She's worth the money that whoever pays her is worth.
Good.
That's
Man.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when a massage is happening, that's usually leading to something a little bit more.
I was trying to read that with my male brain. You know, it's always like, is it? And it wasn't.
Well, because it wasn't.
It's weird how I understood exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought you were glitching.
I know.
I had no idea.
But the thing is, I mean, she's a professional massage therapist. I mean,
Yeah.
this feels like work to her. This doesn't feel like
Right.
sexy time to her.
Mhm, that's true.
Right. I think I've watched too much internet videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So nothing happened during the massage. How did the date end?
It was great. I told her I might have to hire her. She laughed again. It was nice. And then
Okay.
we walked her little Shih Tzu, and she gave me a hug goodbye, and that was it. And that was fine. I felt like the vibe was fine, but then, you know, I've tried to see her ever since, and she hasn't responded.
God, it sounds like such a good date, too.
Yeah.
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 Is there anything that you think maybe could have caused her to be scared away? Like, did you do anything that was weird?
So I'm an avid listener of you guys, and I've heard these calls where they're like, they do something creepy, but
Yeah.
I swear to you, I can't remember a single thing that I could have done that made her just go 360 on me.
See, normally I'd
360,
say...
you'd end up right, I mean, 180.
Right.
You're not a mathematician.
180. I'm not
Okay.
good with math. guys.
Yeah.
Normally, I would say, like, a massage, what's embarrassing things happen. Sometimes people relax too much and they pass gas or they fall asleep or something pops up.
Never happened
But
on my
like I
massage
said, like
days.
Brooke had said, she's a professional.
She's a professional. She's seen it all. She doesn't care.
If you did pop, something happened,
my God.
arousal, I
But
still
you-
think she would have handled that well.
Yeah.
right?
You said that the shirt was the only thing that came off on the massage table, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else came off?
No.
And you never
Okay.
even flipped over onto your back then, I'm assuming.
I flipped over, but it was fine. Like,
Yeah, God,
Okay.
that's all you
We
got
don't
to
need
say.
more details.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
All
all I
right.
can
We're
think
going to
of.
play a song. We'll come back. We're going to call Avery for you, and we'll try and get you your second date, okay?
all right, thank you.
All right, man. Hold on. Before we make this phone call for the second date, let's all relax our shoulders.
Oh, okay.
Breathe in the good energy. Breathe out the bad. And channel positive vibes for a successful second date.
Nice.
I'm not
It
at
does
peace in
feels
here.
nice.
So, okay.
It's a little bit. It's a little too nice.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
No.
Potato salad. Think of potato salad.
Something's happening,
baseball.
Jeff. No,
Baseball.
not appropriate.
Retainers. Life insurance. Okay.
Oh, life insurance. Now I'm getting excited.
Okay. Well, just cut the music. Cut the music off. Okay.
Can men not do anything
We can't.
without? My God.
When we're fully relaxed, we get excited.
Yeah.
Then everything should be relaxed.
If you're just joining us, one of our listeners, Chris, needed help getting a second date because he got a massage on his first date after grabbing drinks with a woman named Avery, who is a professional masseuse.
Yeah, professional.
I think we go by massage therapist now.
Massage therapist,
really?
excuse
Just letting
me.
you know.
Good to know.
After that, he did get a hug, but has been having trouble getting back in touch with Avery. So we're going to reach out for him and try to help him out and see if he can get another date.
I mean, technically,
Yeah.
he got a hug and a rub down.
Or at least we can get an appointment.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Now,
Yeah, that's important.
ever since I did the breathing exercises, Chris has been very quiet on the other end. Chris, are you
Chris.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're also thinking
Not
about
very
life
reassuring.
insurance. What is going on?
We're dudes. We can't help it.
Oh my God. Chris, I mean, I hope this turns out for you. It sounds like you made a real honest connection with this woman.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I really did. And I told you guys earlier, that I'm a go with the flow kind of guy, but she really got me in my head.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I mean,
all
that's
right.
really good.
No,
I
that is
think this
good.
will turn out good.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic
Yeah.
that we are actually going to be able to make this a success for you as long as nobody in this room screws it up. All right, so here we go. I'm going to dial the phone number. We're going to call Avery and get your second date. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do this.
Hello.
Hey, is this Avery?
Yeah, who is this?
Hey, my name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm okay. What are you guys doing calling me?
We're doing one of our segments called A Second Date. If you're not familiar with that, that's where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show to reach out to them for you and help you figure out the reason why.
Okay, which guy? How'd you guys pull this?
Oh, look at you.
I like that
player.
we have
Yeah.
options, Avery. Good on you.
We are calling on behalf of one of our listeners who you went out with. His name's Chris.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he seemed like a super chill dude.
I mean, he was chill, and it's not necessarily that there's anything wrong. It's just that there was like this weird thing that came up, and I'm just not sure how I feel about it.
That's a funny choice
Yeah, I
of
don't.
words.
Yeah.
I don't like how you phrase that, but
Yeah, I want to say I told you so, but
Yeah.
But here's the thing: we spoke with Chris already, and
Oh.
he told us about your date. It sounded from our end like things went really well.
Yeah.
He told us about going to the beer garden, going back to your place to walk your dog, and also that you offered him a massage on your massage table.
Yeah.
But it was all good from his perspective, and he's just hoping to get a little bit of clarification on what went wrong.
I mean, it's not even necessarily that anything went wrong per se, because I had a nice time. I just,
oh,
once we got to the massage part of things and clothes started coming off, it just,
Oh.
it's sort of like this big thing was just staring at me, and I just,
oh,
Wow.
I mean,
Oh,
big
big
isn't
thing.
necessarily bad.
That's true.
I mean, is it what everybody thinks it is?
no, it's not even the good thing.
Oh.
Oh.
What's the big bad thing?
Yeah,
That's
that's the good
disappointing.
What happened is I asked him to take off his beanie, and that's where things just start tanking really quickly and getting very weird because
Wow.
he's got a shaved head, no problem, but on the back of his head, he's got a tattoo of his face.
What?
No.
Like his face is tattooed on the back of his head?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to picture this now. He's laying face down on your massage
terrifying.
table. You remove the beanie, and then staring back at you from the back of his head is his own smaller version of his face.
Yeah. And feels like whenever your mom is like, I've got eyes in the back of my head, so I'm always watching.
Oh, I'm getting like visions of Lord Voldemort from the Harry
Oh,
Potter
yeah.
series where
Yeah.
Voldemort's on the back of the guy's head.
See, I was thinking Steve-O.
Did you ask him about it?
I didn't. I didn't think that it would be
Ugh.
polite.
All right, and so that's
mean,
the reason that you're
that's a lot.
weirded out by him because of his tattoo on the back of his head.
Yeah, Avery's second
Yes,
face.
his little mini me.
All right. That's really interesting because when we spoke to Chris, he didn't tell us about that.
No.
Yeah.
And he swore that there was nothing that he left out of the story.
Well,
Yeah.
he did,
Do you
that
remember?
wasn't-
He's like, oh, people always come on your show and say that there's something creepy they don't know about.
But nothing weird happened. He just has a tattoo. He didn't
Of
like
his
say anything.
face.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
But come on, if you have a tattoo, I'm not gonna be like, hey, just before I take my shirt off, I have my mom on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I got a heart on my butt. You know, you don't tell people. You just
If it's
have
your
them.
own self-portrait, I think you need to give a heads up.
Well, let's
How do you
Heads
know,
up.
Brooke?
let's just
Heads up.
Oh,
I
I
like
see.
it.
let's just ask Chris about it. Chris, why didn't you say anything, man?
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God.
He's
I
been
honestly-
listening the whole
okay.
time.
Yeah, Avery, I should have mentioned to you earlier. Chris has actually been on the other side of this phone call quietly listening in
On the back end.
on both ends of this call.
Okay, guys, to be fair, I honestly forgot that I had that. I would get it removed if I even remembered about it.
What?
How do you forget you have your own face tattooed on the back of your head?
Well, if he's had it forever.
Yeah, I've had it for 5 years now. And if you guys want to know the story, I can show you guys.
I don't know.
I think-
Avery, do you?
Yeah, Avery needs to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I would like to know, actually.
Okay, so I used to be a school bus driver. And I don't know if you guys ever been in a school bus, but
Yeah.
they're terrible to bus drivers. Like
The kids.
Yeah, the kids. They throw stuff at you. They say things. They don't listen. And I got really annoyed and fed up. And I thought it would be funny if I got like a little tattoo version of my face to be like, I see you.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, like, I rode a bus in school, and there's no way I'd mess with a bus driver that had a tattoo of himself on his head.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that would be scary to me.
And, you know, I was drunk with my cousin.
Oh.
What?
Here's the real story, guys.
Yeah. I like that we just stuck with the first version.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of made sense for a minute.
Let's let this
I
one
was
happen.
drunk with my cousin.
All right, yeah, we're not even going to get into that. Avery, what do you think?
You could have said that.
Just focus on the school bus driver part of that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm glad to know instead of being a serial killer that you were just a hard school bus driver.
Yes.
Well, he didn't
Hardcore.
say he's not.
He told you he was a bad boy on the date.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like, so if you take the tattoo out of the equation, it sounded like you guys were getting along really well that night.
I mean, I think everything before that was going pretty well.
I think it's an easy solution, too, because he can grow his hair out and you won't see it, or he can grow like a beard on the back of his head
Oh, that'd
to
be
match
cool.
his little
No.
face on the back of his
He
head.
could shave a beard into his
Kinda
hair.
nice, right?
That's possible. I mean, Avery,
Or if things go really well, I could make the tattoo into her. I'm just kidding.
I don't think now's the time to joke about that,
No.
Avery.
Just
Or you
remove it at
could.
that point.
Chris said he might be willing to get the tattoo completely removed.
Yeah.
Is that true, Chris?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I mean, a
For
cool
sure.
cover-up would be an option as well.
Cool cover up.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Or just growing your hair out, like Jose said.
Yeah, you can just grow it out. Or...
Yeah, for sure. Avery, I would grow my hair out. I would put a ponytail on. I would have 2 hats, 3 hats. I don't care.
Okay.
Okay.
Now that is a promise.
So he's laid it all out for you, Avery. What do you say? One more date with Chris, and we'll pay for it.
Why not?
Why not? That means yes.
Chris, congratulations. It sounds like you got another date, man.
Yay.
Thank you. I'm stoked.
All right.
Nice.
Now put the little face on the phone. I want to talk to him for a second. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah. Oh.
You did it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, he has an accent.
When you're on a date, I think the goal for a lot of people is to just get to a point where you can finally let your guard down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to put
It's
it.
the best part.
Yeah, and
When you
just
trust
do what animals do.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, all the way down.
And what
Okay.
better place to see animals doing what they do than at the local zoo?
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's where one of our listeners, Chris, took his date, and now she's not calling him back. So Chris, what's going on, man? You go animal style at the zoo with your date?
Oh, no.
We had a very nice date at the zoo.
He's like, I don't know how to answer that.
No one ever does.
Yeah.
So tell us about the girl that you went out with. What's her name?
Her name's Ellie.
Ellie?
Ellie.
And where'd you meet her?
We matched on Tinder, and then I wanted a not a very risky date, and so I was like, "What about the zoo?" And she immediately said yes.
It's actually, like, it's a great idea, the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's
Yeah.
always something to talk about, look at.
A little bit of danger in there, you know? Stick your arm in between the cages of the lion cage, and it's a little bit of excitement
I don't
in the
think
day.
you're allowed to do that.
That's
No.
exactly the whole point. You're not allowed to. But when you do,
Oh, wow.
it gets the blood pumping.
Okay.
Things start
Renegade.
happening. Isn't that right, Chris?
That is. And she kept asking me what animals I wanted to see. And I've actually done this before, so I knew for a fact you don't want to go see the monkeys because they might throw poop at you. You don't want to go see the elephants because they're majestic animals, but they stink to high heaven.
Also may throw poop.
Exactly. So I was sitting there going like, oh, maybe the giraffes would be a safe bet. And she then suggested that her favorite animal is the penguin.
No, the penguins stink. I mean, if you're worried about stench, penguins are so stinky.
Yeah, I held the baby penguin. They poop a lot.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're super cool to see.
Cute.
Yeah, but if they're the girl's favorite, you have to do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with the penguins, though, is they have that little tunnel where you can look at them as they're underwater. You can't smell down there. And there's not a lot of light, and it's kind of romantic. And so we were just standing there, very naturally watching the penguins swim around underwater. I leaned over to her and kissed her.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
How was that received?
She kissed me back, and it was like, this is nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. And penguins mate for life.
They do.
Yeah, they do. I learned that from Happy Feet.
I see
Give
what
it
you
a
did.
rock. They pick a rock.
They do the
for their-
pebbles.
It's so
That's how they
cute.
mate. I know. They're much better than the philandering humans.
So it sounds like things are going great.
Yeah, and at this point, she asks me kind of very flirtatiously, she's like, hey, have you seen this, I'm brain farting on the name, but it's the documentary about penguins that's out right now. She's like, have you seen this documentary? And I'm
Like
like,
a Disney one or
Oh,
something?
so she's like really into penguins.
really, really into penguins.
Okay.
okay.
And you're not talking about Happy Feet, right?
No,
You're talking
it's
about
like
something
a
else.
documentary.
Okay.
Like March of the Penguins.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it was
okay.
one of those, very same vein as that.
Okay.
So she's like, have you seen it? And I was like, no. And she was like, well, why don't we go back to your place and watch it?
Oh. That was, I'm sorry, by her point, smooth.
She was so into penguins, I wasn't even sure if she wanted to do like Netflix and chill. It was just more of like Nat Geo and Krill. Like she wanted to teach me everything.
Nat Geo and take notes.
Yeah. Both sound good to me.
Jeffrey's hot no matter what.
I know.
I mean, but are you into that? Because like, it's cool when somebody has a really cool interest and they're really into it.
Yeah, but you always hope it's not penguins.
Why not penguins?
Okay.
Could be anything.
So did you end up doing that?
No, we went back to my place. We put on the documentary.
Nice.
And almost immediately we start making out.
Yeah. She don't care about
It's that
no
penguin love.
She doesn't care about penguins. So.
Yeah, she knows enough about penguins already.
Yeah.
Okay. How was the makeout?
You know, it was pretty good because you got that British guy in the back with the monotonous voice talking.
David Attenborough or whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
there we have
Yeah.
the penguin. Oh, yeah, turn this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're making out for about 10 minutes, and then I hear keys jangling at the front door.
Oh my God. Do not tell me you have a wife.
Oh,
I
God.
don't have a wife.
No.
I have a maid service.
Oh,
Oh,
cleaning
house
for-
cleaning.
Oh, okay. So you had a maid come in?
Yes, because I don't have a lot of control over what time she shows up, my maid.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know we were coming back to my place until we were at the zoo, so I wasn't planning on that.
God, and she
Yeah.
wanted to make out with you with a dirty place? Good job.
Yeah.
Hadn't even been
Okay.
cleaned yet.
Lots of ladies like dirty places. so it's
You
okay.
keep telling yourself that, buddy.
You just-
kissed many women.
Did you tell the maid, like, sorry, I'm in the middle of something here. Can you come back later?
No, this is not a case. If she's there, she's already traveled a long distance, and so it would be kind of rude to send her away.
Agreed. Agreed.
So what, you just let her clean around
you're there,
while
you
you guys
date?
were kissing?
No. I was like, all right, she's going to obviously clean the living room. I was like, why don't you and I go to the bedroom?
No, you can't do that now.
I can't.
No, you needed to rain check at that point. You
No.
needed to say, oh man, you know what? My housekeeper's here. Let's go get coffee or something.
Making
Like,
out, there's like a loud vacuum. in
that's
the background.
weird, man.
What did she say to the bedroom invitation?
She went with it, but like you just said, it was the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then the coup de grace was then my maid needed to get into my bedroom, so we had to switch rooms. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
wow.
and at that point, Ellie was like, yeah, it's done. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's done
Oh
for us
man,
too, bro.
you like it would have been perfect if you would have just ended it when the housekeeper came.
I see that now, but I can't hop into my DeLorean and fix that.
I know.
Yeah,
So she
no.
hasn't texted you or called or anything? Like the momentum was that ruined?
I guess so. Or maybe she thought I was desperate because I was like, let's keep switching rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing you're in the broom closet.
Yeah.
Like, be quiet, be quiet.
You were trying real hard to make it work.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to try and make it work for you, okay?
I think we can salvage this.
There's something here. Let's play
Yeah.
a song. We'll come back. We'll call Ellie for you, and we'll try and get you your second date, okay?
That would be awesome.
All right.
The human male is a clever and finicky creature. He seeks to find a suitable mate online, willing to join him back at his pleasure den. And this particular male, Chris, knows just the bait to lure her in. An unsuspecting female in a documentary about emperor penguins.
I kind of like that.
Although beautiful, the dating world can be a mysterious and unforgiving place as well, full of surprises because just before he can complete his mating dance, Chris gets an unexpected visitor.
Uh-oh.
A housekeeper arriving to assume her duties and spoil the mood. Chris is not pleased. Oh, and now we're about to witness one of the most spectacular and peculiar rituals in the mating kingdom, a second date. To see if we can save the mood.
I don't want regular Jeffrey. Bring back documentary Jeffrey.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
my
I
favorite
know.
Jeffrey now.
Well, if you're just tuning in for the second date, Chris wants our help getting back in touch with his date named Ellie. He was able to get her back to his place where they were watching a penguin documentary before a maid came in and ruined the mood. So now he's hoping he can get things back on track with a second date update.
Do you think that there could be something else besides, the housekeeper coming in?
No, because I've gone over this like the Zapruder film, and everything was going great. Then, three's a crowd, and that ruined the mood.
Is this weird that she wouldn't be calling you back, right? Like,
Yeah, that's the weird part, because I can guarantee, like, the next time there won't be three people.
Well, maybe
That's
she
a good
doesn't
thing,
like
bro.
that.
Yeah. What was the maid wearing? No one asked
What?
that.
No.
No one asked
Maybe
that.
she's just turned off because, it means you don't clean your own house. I don't know.
Let's just call Ellie and see what she has to say.
Yeah.
Get your second date update. You ready, Chris?
I'm ready. Thank you.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial the number right now.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Ellie.
Yeah?
Hi, Ellie. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Hi. What's this about?
Well, this is about a segment that we do on our show, and you're going to be the star of it.
Okay.
It's a good thing, I promise. Well, I
Could
think,
be. That's a big promise,
you know what?
Jeffrey.
I don't
wouldn't
promise.
do that.
I'm hoping it's a good thing because we're doing something called a second date. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Oh, you're being serious? I thought you were joking about it.
No, it's something we
I
really
mean,
do.
No,
we
I
are kind of a joke, but
I never joke about anything, ever.
It's really hard to tell what you're joking about and what you're not joking about right now.
Okay, well, I'm just going to drop the jokes. And in all honesty, one of our listeners is trying to get a hold of you. His name's Chris.
Oh. How do you know about this?
Well, because he emailed us and he
Oh,
told us a little
God.
bit about how you two met and that you guys went out for a date. And on his account, it was a really nice time for the majority of your date.
yeah, he really liked you a lot.
Okay.
So now he's confused because afterwards, he's been struggling to get a hold of you. And he's hoping to figure out why.
All right. And he told you about all this?
He told us a lot of stuff, but like, how do you feel? I mean, did you like him when you guys were hanging out?
It sounds like you liked him a lot because he told us that you're the one that suggested to go back and watch the penguin documentary at his house, which I thought smooth. Very good move.
Oh, he just tells everything, doesn't he?
Well,
Is that okay? I mean, there's nothing embarrassing that he told us.
No, not for me.
I mean, well, wait, what does that mean?
I mean, I think he's really weird, so.
Oh.
What makes you think that?
Well, yeah, we went to see a documentary on penguins because I love penguins, and it started to get a little flirty and stuff,
Mhm.
And, well, it's so funny. Okay, well, his maid walks in,
Yeah.
and
I mean, he told us about that it kind of interrupted the mood and took things down a level, but he feels really bad about it.
And to be
Yeah.
fair, it's not like he planned it. I mean, he didn't know that you guys were going back to his place.
Yeah.
He just had the housekeeper scheduled.
I mean, it definitely ruined the mood, and it's not his fault technically, but he acted really weird towards her.
Towards the
Wait, what?
housekeeper?
Yeah.
What do
Like
you
how?
mean?
He jumped up when she came, immediately and gave her a hug.
Okay.
He hugged her.
Yeah.
That's not a big
I don't
deal.
think you do that, do you?
I think it's fine. I mean, this person is cleaning your house, and if
Yeah.
she's been cleaning his house for a long time, like you can establish a relationship.
Everybody knows you'd never hug the help, Brooke.
Yeah,
What?
You get up and you go, get to work.
Yeah.
Are you?
Hey,
You're such
you
a weird
do
private
not-
school kid.
You don't make eye contact. You can maybe like have a little bit of a word or two with them, but you don't want to give them the wrong idea.
What are you talking about? This person is in your stuff, like literally sees
So are like
everything.
plumbers and stuff. Do you hug them?
If they were at my house every week,
Oh,
I'd hug
God.
them.
Brooke does more than hug the plumber.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well-
So wait, that's why you're not calling him back? Is because he hugged his housekeeper?
Not just that, like she came in a French maid outfit, like the type that you see on Halloween. Like,
Oh, now we're talking.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
She was dressed like a
Nice.
sexy
Yeah.
French maid.
yeah,
Like the feather duster that doesn't do
the
anything.
duster,
And
yeah.
yeah, the
I mean-
feather duster.
so you think he's hiring her just because she's hot? I'm confused.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's doing it, but that was a red flag.
I don't know why he's doing that either, Ellie, but I do know how we can find out. And that's by just straight up asking him. Because
Yeah.
he's on the other line listening and he wants to join this conversation.
He's on the phone.
Yeah.
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 Oh God.
He's been waiting like a little dirty boy that he is. Chris?
Yep.
Yep. That's all you got, Chris?
Yep, that's a little dirty boy.
Oh.
I have an answer here, but if I give the answer, you're going to think even worse of the situation,
Uh-oh.
Oh.
and it's not the case. It's actually a very innocent mistake,
Uh-huh.
and I think I was trying to plaster over it with a white lie, and it's actually gotten worse.
Oh, no.
Okay.
What
Just
is
spit it
going
out,
on?
Chris.
Yeah. I think you're already in a pretty bad position as it is. I don't think it could get much worse.
Okay. I do not have a housekeeper, a maid. I do not have a cleaning service.
Oh.
The woman who came over and has keys to my apartment is my mother.
Whoa. No, let's rewind.
Your
Stop! No.
your mom is the one that showed up in a French maid outfit?
Because she's a theatrical person. Yes, when she would drive me around in high school, she would wear a chauffeur's outfit.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, dude.
Okay, hold on. You live with your mom in a one-bedroom apartment, or your mom comes over dressed as a sexy French maid to clean your house. Neither are good options right now.
Yeah, pick one, though.
Yeah.
It is a French outfit. I do not think it is a sexy outfit. And I think it's
Okay.
just she likes to get into character.
Okay.
You couldn't ask her to come back if it's your mom?
Does
And
this-
why is your mom cleaning your apartment?
She only does it like maybe once or twice a month, and she's coming from all the way across town. And I don't want to ask her to go back because it's late at night. I don't want her driving at that time.
So you were making out with her while
I was
your
thinking.
mom was in the other room vacuuming?
Yeah, that's not weird though.
Again, dressed as
Not
a French
normal.
maid.
Not normal.
I thought it was going to be like some weird S&M thing he was into, and I'm actually now better with that than I am with what
No.
was happening.
This is not an S&M thing. This is a completely normal thing. And I would just like to say that my mom thinks you're really cute, Ellie. She thought you had a great figure, and she was like, you did very well for
Oh,
yourself.
Brooke, listen to that.
Did you just say that your mom thought that Ellie had a nice figure?
Again, you're making it weird when you put emphasis on it.
I'm just trying to clarify here.
You know, you could have introduced me to her if that was your mom.
What? Would that be better?
I'll take responsibility there. I was caught flat-footed. I didn't know. I know my mom, when she's in her cleaning character, she likes to stay in character. So when I went over there and I hugged her, I briefly whispered in her ear. I was like, hey, you do your thing. We're going to go to the bedroom.
You do your thing and you clean my apartment because I'm a grown man and I'm going to make out with a woman in my bedroom. This is...
That's a life, isn't it?
Man.
Dude, there are so many red flags here.
No,
Ellie.
you have the coolest mom ever, honestly.
sounds
She's
dope.
just
I think my mom is very cool. Most people think my mom is cool.
And I bet you she cooked for him after.
You
so.
are a grown man. Do your own
She
chores.
makes a hell of a meatloaf.
Oh,
See?
That's a selling point if I've
Oh
ever
my
heard
God,
one.
that
So,
is so unattractive.
Ellie, with that said,
Oh, man.
would you like to go out on one more date with Chris? We will pay for it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
We all saw that coming.
Dude,
Come on.
Chris, I'm sorry, man.
I'm really bummed out. I didn't realize my mom screwed this whole thing up.
No, you screwed the whole thing up.
I'm bummed out for you, Chris, because now Ellie won't be able to go out on the second date and meet your dad as the butler.
Or the police officer.
Yeah, total loss, man.
Gross.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, we've been talking to Chris.
Yep.
And Chris is just your stereotypical golf playing, soap carving type of guy.
Yeah.
Typical.
Basically, he puts the men in Dove men's care.
I love that soap. I use that.
Or maybe the lay in Oil of Olay.
Oh, now we're getting a little.
Anyway, Chris met a woman named Jill online who he described as being out of his league. Those are his words. So he's definitely nervous going into the date.
Are you saying he'd have to dial it up?
Oh, dial soap.
There
That's
we
a
go.
good one. Okay.
Chris, I hope you signed up for lots of soap puns. But
Don't worry, they'll all be clean.
Oh, sneak attack. Brooke, back to back.
maybe we shouldn't even call Jill. Let's just do soap puns all day for the next 15 minutes.
I'd really like to wash this phone call away.
There we go. Anyway, Chris took Jill out for a round of golf. Things went well. He even got a kiss at the end of the day, but ever since, he's not been able to get a hold of her.
Yeah, and that's pretty accurate.
That's good.
You know, Chris, you sound so chill, almost to where you're like not even that invested in this. I can't get a read on how you're feeling about it.
Yeah, I don't think I did anything wrong per se. I think maybe she's a little weirded out by the fact that I do soap sculpture, so maybe she thought I was really nerdy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but women actually like guys to nerd out on something. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, have an interest, have a hobby. It's really attractive.
Okay, Brooke.
I'm just saying. It's true.
Yeah, but then you see a hot guy with muscles. He doesn't have to talk, and you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, but you don't want to date him. You just want to have a night with him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll send you to the mathlete convention, and we'll see how that goes. But, Chris, let's call Jill right now and find out how she really feels, okay?
Yeah, definitely call her. And just so you know, she even sounds hot, so just so you know that.
Oh.
Is that a warning?
Wow, gosh.
Yeah.
So we don't get too, like, what worked up?
Well, I appreciate the heads up there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, like you can tell she's hot just by listening to her.
Okay, brace
All right.
yourselves, everyone.
All
All right,
right.
let's get a moist towelette ready. And let's dial the numbers right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
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 Hey, is Jill there?
Yeah, hi, this is Jill. Who's this?
My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a moment to talk to us?
I'm sorry, who are you again?
I'm Jeffrey.
Okay.
Brooke
Yeah.
is over here.
Hi, Jill.
Oh, hi.
Jose is also
I'm
here.
shy. She's hot.
We have a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we're doing something with you called a second date.
Okay.
It's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if you're not calling them back, they can reach out to us and we'll call them and try and figure out the reason why.
Okay, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, so someone wrote us about you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know who it is?
I literally have no idea.
Well, he's going to feel really happy when he hears that. But his name is Chris.
Oh, I think I know who that is.
You
wait-
think you do.
You went golfing with him?
Right, the soap guy.
Yeah.
Did you forget your date?
Sorry, I go on a lot of dates, so it's kind of hard sometimes. to
Yeah.
remember,
Okay.
but yeah.
Well, maybe to help refresh your memory, he told us a little bit about what happened. He said he took you golfing and he was running a little bit late because he lost his glasses. But you guys played around together and he told you about his soap carving. And it even ended with you giving him a kiss.
A little kiss.
It was on the cheek.
Okay.
Still counts.
Yeah.
So he wants to know, why aren't you answering him now? Because he's trying to get a hold of you.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
I just don't want you to judge me, so please don't judge me.
Oh, it's always bad when people start a sentence like that, but we will try. We will try, Jill.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to come across as someone who sort of like thinks a lot of themselves. I don't want to seem sort of conceited or anything, but I like to date down. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What do you mean you like to date down?
Okay, I don't know if that's exactly the way to say it, but I know I'm good looking. I know I'm attractive.
That's okay to know. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean-
that's fine.
It's something I've known my whole life. So I like to date guys that are less attractive than I am. And
Why? I mean,
Blunt.
Yeah.
you purposely go out and look for unattractive men.
okay, there are two reasons. One, they treat me better. They're more appreciative.
Hmm.
And the second thing is, a lot of these guys have low self-esteem. They've never really dated an attractive girl. And I feel like in a way it's sort of like I'm helping them because I'm going on a date. I'm making them feel good about themselves.
Wait, no, that's not nice. You're pity dating dudes. And you think that it's the only thing that's lifting their self-confidence because you find them not very attractive? Like that would be
I think that's a really
devastating.
nice thing of you to do.
What?
Thank you.
Both of you?
Yeah, I want to kind of help build them up. So, going forward, I feel like they should be going into new relationships just feeling good about themselves. I think,
see. So basically, you're the Mother Teresa of uggos. You're there for them.
I mean, I'm not saying they're ugly. It's just like another sort of level of attractiveness. I mean, there are levels. And because they don't have the looks, if they can build up their confidence, they can become more attractive.
So you're coming from a good place.
I don't agree with any of this.
Well, I appreciate that breakdown, Mother Teresa. And
You just call her MT from now on?
yeah,
it's Jill.
MT.
Call her Jill.
Okay, Jill. Fine.
So does that kind of answer your question, or?
I mean, it does answer my question, but I'm just wondering how Chris feels about that.
Well, hopefully he won't know. And, you can tell him something else.
Well,
but I'm just being honest with you. Maybe you can tell him
Okay.
I got back together with my ex-boyfriend.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you now and let you know that Chris has actually been on the other line listening this entire time.
That is so uncool, you guys.
Hey, Jill.
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
Sweetie, that is so condescending, Jill. I mean, what happened to all you in the room being like, no, it's for a great cause. Any guy would love this.
Brooke, you promised not to judge. Come on.
I never promised that.
I mean, I see what you're saying, and I get the logic and everything, but, I don't think that you're helping anybody out by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you have so much potential. Like, you definitely are actually cuter than you give yourself credit for. You're not like really, in my league, but you're definitely in your own league, and I think a lot of women would be attracted to you.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, seriously, I think you have something, and it's so cute. Like, you make, like, soap, like molds or whatever.
It's actually called soap carving. I'm a soap carver.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. It's just, I think it's really fun, and I think there's someone you could meet that would be into something sort of creative, and you could like do artsy things together.
Oh my God, Jill, if you want to be like a dating expert, just go get a job and like people can hire you for help. Nobody wants Chris doesn't want your help.
Brooke, why are you mad? She's being nice.
No, she's not.
You're
She's
not
like
listening.
disregarding his like art as like some like cutesy little thing he does on the side.
Like she's building him up.
It's sweet. It's like, what man makes soap carving?
Oh my God.
I mean, I appreciate what you're saying there and everything, but what you're saying is you don't want to date me because of how I really look.
I just don't think your outside is particularly beautiful, but your inside is seriously beautiful, and that's okay.
Jill, I don't understand. I thought that you said that you like guys that are less attractive.
I'm not necessarily someone I've been in a long-term relationship with, but I enjoy spending time with.
Yeah.
And then send them out.
You're like,
oh my God, this is so ridiculous.
You're the Kickstarter for ugly guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think the only one with an insecurity problem is you, Jill. Like you're obviously not looking for a real relationship, and you're using this as an excuse because you're too scared yourself to like date people who you find attractive for some reason.
Wow, a lot of judgment coming from Brooke today.
I'm
on the beautiful woman.
We made a pact, Brooke.
No,
I swear, another beautiful girl comes on the phone and the claws come out from
You're
Brooke.
not doing it right, man.
Brooke's like, you only date hot people like you.
No, that's not what I'm saying
Yeah, she
either.
is.
Just
I
don't
heard.
waste anybody's time. You're wasting people's time.
I've heard otherwise. I've seen guys that have gone on dates with go on to find great relationships, and
Chris, did she waste your time?
It is what it is.
Wait, what?
That's an interesting attitude. I mean, maybe you don't deserve a date.
Oh.
Last thing, I just thought I'd let you know before we go, I am actually really good in bed.
Oh, you're missing
great. You're halfway there. This is great.
That was like a little pat on the head, wasn't
We
it?
just have to move
That's
on to the
cute,
next
honey.
Chris, I wish you all the best. I think you're fantastic.
Chris doesn't
I'm
need
sorry.
your good wishes, Jill. He's going to be fine carving soap all on his own.
I can carve a girlfriend prettier than you anyway, so.
Oh, look, I don't care. I
Look
don't
at
care
that.
want these guys to say,
All right.
Jill, if you're still single, I am totally willing to go out with you. Just use me. Build me up. I need it.
Oh, Jose.
Great. Send me your number.
Yes.
Oh, my
Yes.
God.
We meet so many different types of people on these second dates.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes we don't really have a lot of time to go into what they do for a living.
Oh, that's true. We never actually ask them that.
But I'm going to make time today.
Okay, it doesn't seem really relevant to someone's date.
Well, because Chris is on the phone and he put something in his email to us that I'm going to need an explanation for.
Okay.
So, Chris, you said you already talked to your date about this, so I'm not blowing it for you. But apparently, in your spare time, you're a soap carver?
Yeah, so
What does that mean?
basically you take a standard bar of soap and you take specific tools for that and you'll carve it into different works of art or different shapes.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So,
Yeah,
so you take like Irish Spring and turn it into the Mona Lisa.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've seen a lot of prison movies over the weekend, and soap carving, a lot different than what you just described. But I don't know, you're the expert, so
Yeah.
That's another way to carve soap, yeah.
yeah.
He's just carving shanks.
So wait, does this have anything to do with your date?
Yeah. Why don't you start with who you met? What's the name of the girl?
Jill.
Jill.
Hey, Jill.
How'd you meet her?
So we met on one of those dating sites where the girl has to choose you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And it's kind of weird because I'm going to be honest, like most of the girls that choose me are a little different from this girl. This girl's a lot more attractive.
Oh.
I mean, that's a nice way of putting it. I was a little surprised, kind of like, I don't even know if she's real kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
This girl's
So you-
really hot.
You thought she was maybe like a bot or somebody
Catfish.
catfishing you or...
Yeah. This was just kind of like, oh, okay. I had to literally look and make sure she wasn't from Russia. So,
I love that we're so jaded that instead of being excited about it, you're like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
message this one.
This must be a mistake. Did
Yeah.
you mean to swipe left?
I hate the internet.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, you know where you are. So
She was out of your league. Yeah.
I know where I stand. I
All
know
right,
where I
that's okay.
stand in the pack.
And that's good.
I appreciate that, Chris.
So I was like, okay, this is a little weird, but I'm going to message her, she messaged me. And so we started talking and I was like, okay, I want to set up a date with her.
And
You
at
know,
this
we're not-
point, were you trusting her, or did you still not believe she was who she said she was?
Still didn't believe. No, of course
Okay.
I didn't. Once again, I'm batting out of my league here.
Okay.
So something's a little weird. So
Okay.
I set up a golf date with her, something that's just, not boring, like you sit at a dinner table and stare at each other for an hour. Like, I hate that.
Is this a mini
And-
golf course or a real golf course?
No, this is a real golf course, like a full
Alright.
golf course.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
at a
Yeah.
country club?
Oh, wow.
Not a country club. Public
Oh,
course. So,
okay.
yeah.
A public golf
Public
course.
course.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Okay,
on, Jimmy.
not as
Mr.
exciting.
Ray.
That's all
listen.
right.
Hear his voice? Oh, a public golf course.
Yeah.
Oh, golf courses.
Well,
Jeff.
if you've ever been, you'll know there's a difference.
I have been
Okay.
to both.
I-
And they're all good just because there's no clubhouse.
I've only been to public.
I've been to private too. And
Just wait, Brooke. Mine's going to be blown. But sorry, Chris, keep going. What was the golf date like?
So I got there and I started walking and I realized I couldn't find my glasses. So basically, I was like, whatever, I guess I just don't have them. So I went out in the parking lot and I saw her and I started waving at her and like both hands and everything, like just to make sure she saw me because we've never met and everything. And
It sounds like you're signaling a plane, not actually
over
waving at
here,
anyone.
It's me.
yeah,
Yes.
I want to make sure she saw me because my vision's a little off. So I kept waving at her. And then I got a little closer, and this girl was like, can I help you? And I was like, are you Jill? She was like, no. I was like,
Oh.
it was just some random lady. So it was embarrassing, super embarrassing, because I'm like, okay, great. What if Jill's in the parking lot probably seeing this? Like, look like an idiot. Went back to my car to see if I had an extra pair of glasses, and sure enough, my glasses had fallen in that little crap between the seat and the
thank
console.
God.
So
Golf would have not gone well for you.
Yeah.
no. So got my glasses, and now I'm like 10 minutes late, and ended up meeting Jill, and sure enough, she's really hot in person. So I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
this is,
Wait, she actually was that hot?
she's real. Yeah, she's real.
What were
Wow.
you feeling when you saw her?
To be honest, I was pretty excited all over.
Oh.
All over.
Oh, that's an interesting way to phrase it.
Like
Okay.
in your
Not gonna lie.
fingertips, too?
My 5-iron went to a 6-iron. So
Oh, okay.
Hey, we're batting 3 wood.
We got
now,
it. I
baby.
know.
Wow.
I'm surprised you went with iron on that one, but
Yeah. She decided to play with me despite my handicap. So
Wait,
Now I
there's
don't
too
get
many
it.
euphemisms happening. Did she notice?
Well, she knew I wanted to get a home one. No, I think she could tell I was a little nervous and everything and excited. So, But anyway, we went out and we played golf and just kind of talked about our hobbies. And she asked me if I had any hobbies, and I told her I carved soap sculptures.
Yeah.
This is where the soap comes in. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. I thought she'd be a little bit weirded out. I'm already late and I'm a little nervous, and I carved soap sculptures, so I'm like, yeah, this is probably a little different date for her. We're on a golf course, but she thought that was pretty cool. And so I really enjoyed the date, got to know her. And when we got to the parking lot at the end, she kissed me. It was a little surprise there. And it wasn't
really.
Yeah, it wasn't like a passionate kiss or a make out, but she did kiss me.
Dude, that's awesome. Wow, this all sounds so good.
Yeah, and so basically I've been texting her and haven't heard back from her since then.
She hasn't responded in any way?
No, I've sent a couple texts out. It was just like, hey, I had a lot of fun, let's hang out again, and then nothing. And then another text that was just like, oh, hey, hope you're having a good week. Anyway, I'd like to set up time to hang out again, and didn't get anything back from that.
Do you know if she's still up on the dating website?
Yeah, I got back on there and noticed that she was on there, so maybe she's just playing the field. I don't know.
Well, that would be weird after one date to take your entire dating profile down.
Yeah.
Like, that's like maybe a third or fourth date type of situation.
I would have done that for her. She's that hot.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do, Chris. We're going to play a song, come back. I'm going to go to the bathroom and carve some soap. But then when we come back...
Please don't be a 6 iron.
I don't... Okay,
Yeah.
guys, again, get out. Let's stop.
We'll come back, and then we'll call Jill and get you your second date, okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right, hold
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second dater met the girl he went out with, where I've met almost every single girl I've ever dated. ChristianMingle.com. Member of that site since it started. I just love it so much. Now, that's where Nathan apparently met the girl he wants us to call today. Nathan, what's up? How are you, man?
Good. I love your show, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about meeting the girl you want us to call today. What's her name?
Mia.
Mia. Okay, so you met her on this website?
Yeah, did the normal thing where both expressed interest. I messaged her through the website, and from there it was off and on for a little bit, and then for about a month straight we were chatting probably almost every other night. Sometimes there'd be 3-4 days would go by, but it started progressing from there.
So you guys talked a lot before you actually met in person.
That's the thing. We actually haven't met in person yet.
What?
Yeah.
I thought this was a second date update.
Kind of. Nathan's one of those guys that's date never actually happened.
Yeah. I'm walking to the date, and I get a phone call from her, and she tells me that she's got an emergency and that she's going to have to cancel. She's flying to California.
You were actually at the place that you're going to meet her, and she called you and said that she was flying to California?
I mean, I was literally pulling into the restaurant practically.
Oh, man.
You didn't happen to notice if she was, like, in the restaurant or, like, in the vicinity of you when she called you, right? Like, maybe she was waiting for you and then saw you and didn't like your outfit and was like, oh, no, thank you. You didn't see her anywhere. Well, look, I've been to meet someone before that I didn't like, and then I just took off when I saw him.
But you're like the ultimate jerk. You wouldn't
But-
spend months talking to him.
So you didn't see her around, did you?
No, and that's part of the other thing about this that's crazy enough. She doesn't even have a profile pic, so I've never seen a picture of her.
Excuse
Wait,
me, what?
you've never seen a picture of this girl?
No, I couldn't tell you what she looks like, and I had asked, and she said I'd rather develop a relationship.
Yeah. How do you start talking to someone on a dating website that doesn't have a profile picture? I know that they're out there. They usually have like a silhouette of somebody that hasn't uploaded it or whatever. But why would you? I don't know. I would not talk to somebody on a dating website that didn't have a profile picture. I'd want to see them first.
Having online dated, even somebody that only has one is kind of sketchy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You want some of them doing activities and other things.
Angles.
So what made you want to talk to her if she doesn't have a profile picture?
In all honesty, at that that day I just was going around and looking for people online, and it's somewhat near the area, and I just sent a message saying, "Hey, how's it going?"
Just casting a wide net.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That day, yeah, I didn't have anything to do. I was on the site, figured I'd strike up a conversation.
Okay.
So you went to go meet her, and she called you right before and said that something came up and she had an emergency. Do you believe her, or do you think she was lying to you?
Well, I was livid at first and pissed, but the conversation actually went on. She wanted to talk to me while she was waiting for her flight.
Okay.
So it made me believe her. And I sort of tried to ask her what was going on. Is there anything I could do?
Well,
Do you need any help?
Nathan, let's face it. There's no way she's lying to you because you met her on a Christian website, and Christians don't lie.
Good
so
Christian woman.
you know that she's telling the truth. But you actually stayed on the phone and chatted with her while she was waiting for her plane to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do you think that maybe you're getting catfished? Like she's just not who she says she is?
I mean, I want to believe in the best, but I've texted her a few times since, and I haven't gotten messages back. So
Nothing
at this
back.
point, there's a large portion of me that's thinking, what in God's name is going on? I don't know if it's a kid, a boyfriend there, ex-husband. I don't know how long she's in California for. I just don't know what's going on at all.
And how long ago has it been since you talked?
About 5 days.
It's been about 5 days since you actually spoke with her.
Yep.
Still, an emergency. You don't think she might need a little more time with whatever it is?
I mean, in hindsight, probably. I might have jumped the gun a little bit, but at this point, I don't understand the missed text messages.
Well, and you've got to be emotionally invested. I mean, a lot of people would consider this a relationship, even though you haven't even met yet.
God would.
God definitely would.
God would put their Facebook status to dating.
For sure. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I'm going to be honest. I really don't care if Nathan, who's on the phone for a second date update, gets a second date out of this.
What?
I just want to know two things about the girl that he was supposed to meet up with on his date. One, what does she look like? And two, why did she have to go to California on an emergency?
Yeah,
that's all I really want to know.
killing me.
Yeah, I want to know why she had to bail on him before their date even started. If you're just tuning into the second date update, Nathan is on the phone. He wants to call Mia. They met on a Christian dating website. Interesting note, she doesn't have a profile picture. He was just chatting up people that day, and
God's love is blind,
they
Jubal.
brought them together. He has no idea what she looks like. Anyway, they were supposed to meet for dinner, and when he was walking up to the restaurant, she called, said she had an emergency in California and had to go. So we haven't heard from her since, and he's wondering why she hasn't been calling him back. Now, you do believe her that she had some sort of an emergency in California?
I don't know. I do believe her, but there's part of me that is just like, why hasn't she reached back out yet? I don't understand it.
Why do you have so much trust in this person that you've never seen?
Because of the conversations, they were in depth. I mean, who knows? Maybe she's really good, but it was consistent and it was just the interest in the stories. I mean, these weren't like 5-minute chats or anything like that. We really got in depth.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if she picks up the phone, and maybe we can find out what happened in California. Or, I mean, if you want a second date, too, I guess we can do that.
Yeah.
Do you want a second date with her?
Let's hear what the explanation is.
Okay, so you're just like us. You just want to know what went on in California that she had to call in on your date. All right, I'm going to dial the number right now.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mia, please?
This is she.
Hey, Mia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From where?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning? The radio show?
I'm on the radio.
Yes, you are. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm calling you because we received an email about you from one of our listeners.
Really?
His name is Nathan.
Okay.
And Nathan emailed us because he was supposed to go out on a date with you, and then you ended up having an emergency that you had to go to in California. Since that day, Nathan has been wondering why you're not answering his text messages, so he emailed us to call you and ask why.
Okay, this is This is weird.
I know it is. But Nathan wants to know if you don't like him, if you don't want to see him, something like that. If you don't want to see him, just tell us. We'll tell Nathan, and he won't bug you anymore. But other than that, he's wondering if you still want to go out with him. So is there anything that we can tell Nathan from you?
Just tell him I'll call him. And sorry, I've been busy.
So you do want to see Nathan again?
I'm really busy right now, so I just don't know when.
Okay.
I just don't know when I'll
Well, I appreciate you talking to us for a few minutes. We won't take much more of your time, but I just have to know, do you want to see Nathan again? Because it sounds like you don't, the way you said that. If you don't, I'll let him down easy for you.
Look, I'm doing some stuff in my personal life that I just need to, I can't, I don't want him to be involved in.
Okay. So your emergency was legit when you called him at the restaurant and said that you had an emergency. I was speculating that you were lying.
I'm in California.
You are.
Still.
Oh, okay.
Why did you fly so last minute, though?
Look, I'm a little embarrassed about it. It was for a job. I don't want Nathan to judge me for it.
You're embarrassed about the work that you do?
Promise you won't tell him this.
Sure. I mean, I'll tell him. I will tell him that you want to see him again, but I won't tell him any other details if they're really embarrassing.
Right. So I'm doing a photo shoot for Playboy.
What?
You're on a Christian mingle site, and you're
Just because I appreciate my body does not mean I am not a good Christian. I am just using the body God gave me.
Okay, so you're doing a photo shoot for Playboy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's a job.
Okay, I'll tell you why that confuses me, because he told us about how he met you, and he said on your dating profile, you didn't even have a profile picture. Normally, people that would pose for Playboy would have a lot of pictures on their dating profile.
Okay, but also people who pose for Playboy tend to be treated differently because of the way they look. Like, I want Nathan to get to know me for me.
Wow.
You know, for like, my brain and my personality and not my, you know.
You are.
And you talked to him a bunch.
Yeah.
You never brought up what you did for a living?
I didn't want him to think I was some hussy or not a good Christian or whatever, because I am. I have a really good relationship with God, and I just happen to do this for a living.
When were you going to drop this news on him?
Well, I wanted to get to know him, and I wanted him to get to know me, and I wanted to build a solid foundation so that he knows where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? So it's not like... Because there's so many stereotypes, and I hate that. There's so many stereotypes of women that pose nude and models and just, you know, there's so much wrapped up in it. And not everybody is the attention-seeking hussy that they're, you know.
Right.
So that's a stereotype. I don't like that.
You got a great body. God has gifted you with wonderful looks. You might as well use them to your advantage and make a little dough.
I don't.
Right?
That's exactly right.
And you said that you want to get to know him on another level before you go into all that.
Right.
Right. That's perfect, because you sort of just did that.
What do you mean?
Nathan is actually on the other line and heard exactly what you just said.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You promised.
You've already been this far. You might as well say hi to Nathan.
Hey, Mia.
Someone sounds excited.
Yeah.
That's the best news I've ever gotten in a second date update.
How's it going?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to find out this way.
But, I don't even know what to think anymore. I mean, of all the reasons you went to California, this wasn't even anywhere near the list.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know that I hate it. I don't know that I know I don't like it, but the people in my life, I don't know how they would react if we went down this road and you weren't Playboy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person who judges you. I sort of understand where you're coming from. I mean, believe me, it's not like I haven't seen a Playboy before, but I don't know what to think.
You bad boy, Nathan.
It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a bad Christian. I really, I actually love what I do, and I think God made me for this.
Nathan, are you saying that you don't want to see Mia because she poses for these type of magazines?
I mean, I'd definitely like to see her.
See, and this is why I was worried, because guys treat me differently when they see me in person, And, like, I don't want to be treated
Yeah, you want to be treated like every other uggo out there. I understand, but unfortunately for you, you're not, Mia.
God gave you those looks. Be proud of them.
Nathan, so are you worried that it's the people in your life that are going to judge you if you were to go out with Mia now?
I guess I am. Now that I'm thinking about it, if we do end up going out, I guess I'm worried about what other people would think. On the other hand, we had an amazing connection, and I am a guy, I'm a man, so I definitely would like to see her and meet her.
Okay.
I will say, I know that my husband would have a problem if I was taking pictures naked for other men to look at. Mm-hmm. I mean, he would, period.
But it's a job, It's like being an actor and having to kiss somebody else. It's not like that's my personal soul. I mean, yes, it's my body, but my body in this case is just, it's like an accessory.
And Nathan, if you like Mia, who cares what anybody else thinks, really?
Yeah.
You guys had a lot of good conversations and stuff like that. Like, if she was a porn star and you really loved her, then who cares what your parents think or your friends?
Yeah.
That one might be a bit different, but
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Love conquers all, right?
Yeah, so would you go out? Okay, Mia, would you go out with Nathan again? We'll pay for a second date.
Please.
You guys didn't even really go out in the first time, so would you go out with Nathan officially?
I mean, if he doesn't think I'm a bad Christian.
Okay. Nathan, are you going to be an idiot and pass up a date with a Playboy model? I will pay for it.
Mia, how long are you even going to be in California for?
Honestly, I don't know. This is kind of a big job opportunity for me, and I really want to not blow it, so...
However long Hef wants you there.
At the end of the day, we had an unbelievable connection, and I did, at the very least, like to meet her in person and see if the chemistry is there in person as well.
Sweet! Yes! Awesome. Woo-hoo! You guys can talk about it more in depth in person.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
And Mia, just another question. What issues are you in?
Oh, come on.
This October? I want to know.
It's show research.
Yeah, no.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second dater met the girl he went out with, where I've met almost every single girl I've ever dated. ChristianMingle.com. You know, member of that site since it started. I just love it so much. Now, that's where Nathan apparently met the girl he wants us to call today. Nathan, what's up? How are you, man?
Good. I love your show, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about meeting the girl you want us to call today. What's her name?
Mia.
Mia. Okay, so you met her on this website?
Yeah, I did the normal thing where both expressed interest. I messaged her through the website, and from there it was off and on for a little bit, and then for about a month straight we were chatting probably almost every other night. Sometimes there'd be 3-4 days would go by, but it started progressing from there.
So you guys talked a lot before you actually met in person.
That's the thing. We actually haven't met in person yet.
What?
Yeah.
I thought this was a second date update.
Kind of. Nathan's one of those guys that's date never actually happened.
Yeah. I'm walking to the date, and I get a phone call from her, and she tells me that she's got an emergency and that she's going to have to cancel. She's flying to California.
You were actually at the place that you're going to meet her, and she called you and said that she was flying to California?
I mean, I was literally pulling into the restaurant practically.
Oh, man.
You didn't happen to notice if she was, like, in the restaurant or, like, in the vicinity of you when she called you, right? Like, maybe she was waiting for you and then saw you and didn't like your outfit and was like, oh, no, thank you. You didn't see her anywhere. Well, look, I've been to meet someone before that I didn't like, and then I just took off when I saw him.
No, but you're like the ultimate jerk. You wouldn't spend months talking to him.
So you didn't see her around, did you?
No, and that's part of the other thing about this that's crazy enough. She doesn't even have a profile pic, so I've never seen a picture of her.
Excuse me, what?
You've never seen a picture of this girl?
No, I couldn't tell you what she looks like, and I had asked, and she said I'd rather develop a relationship.
Yeah. How do you start talking to someone on a dating website that doesn't have a profile picture? I know that they're out there. They usually have like a silhouette of somebody that hasn't uploaded it or whatever. But why would you? I don't know. I would not talk to somebody on a dating website that didn't have a profile picture.
In all honesty, at that point, that day, I just was going around and looking for people online, and it's somewhat near the area, and I just sent a message saying, "Hey, how's it going?"
Just casting a wide net.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That day, I didn't have anything to do. I was on the site, figured I'd strike up a conversation.
Okay.
So you went to go meet her, and she called you right before and said that something came up and she had an emergency. Do you believe her, or do you think she was lying to you?
Well, I was livid at first and pissed, but the conversation actually went on. She wanted to talk to me while she was waiting for her flight.
Okay.
So it made me believe her. And I sort of tried to ask her what was going on. Is there anything I could do? Does she need any help?
Nathan, let's face it. There's no way she's lying to you because you met her on a Christian website, and Christians don't lie. You know that she's telling the truth. But you actually stayed on the phone and chatted with her while she was waiting for her plane to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do you think that maybe you're getting catfished? Like she's just not who she says she is?
I mean, I want to believe in the best, but I've texted her a few times since, and I haven't gotten messages back. So
Nothing
at
back.
this point, there's a large portion of me that's thinking, what in God's name is going on? I don't know if it's a kid, a boyfriend there, ex-husband. I don't know how long she's in California for. I just don't know what's going on at all.
And how long ago has it been since you talked?
About 5 days.
It's been about 5 days since you actually spoke with her.
Yep.
Still an emergency. You don't think she might need a little more time with whatever it is?
I mean, in hindsight, probably. I might have jumped the gun a little bit, but at this point, I don't understand the missed text messages.
Well, and you've got to be emotionally invested. I mean, a lot of people would consider this a relationship, even though you haven't even met yet.
For sure. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Sounds good.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I'm going to be honest. I really don't care if Nathan, who's on the phone for a second date update, gets a second date out of this.
What?
I just want to know two things about the girl that he was supposed to meet up with on his date. One, what does she look like? And two, why did she have to go to California on an emergency?
Yeah,
that's all I really want to know.
killing me.
Yeah, I want to know why she had to bail on him before their date even started. If you're just tuning into the second date update, Nathan is on the phone. He wants to call Mia. They met on a Christian dating website. Interesting note, she doesn't have a profile picture. He was just chatting up people that day, and he has no idea what she looks like. Anyway, they were supposed to meet for dinner, and when he was walking up to the restaurant, she called, said she had an emergency in California and had to go. So we haven't heard from her since, and he's wondering why she hasn't been calling him back. Now, you do believe her that she had some sort of an emergency in California?
I don't know. I do believe her, but there's part of me that is just like, why hasn't she reached back out yet? I don't understand it.
Why do you have so much trust in this person that you've never seen?
Because of the conversations, they were in depth. I mean, who knows? Maybe she's really good, but it was consistent and it was just the interest in the stories. I mean, these weren't like 5-minute chats or anything like that. We really got in depth.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if she picks up the phone, and maybe we can find out what happened in California. Or, I mean, if you want a second date, too, I guess we can do that. Yeah. Do you want a second date with her?
Let's hear what the explanation is.
Okay. So you're just like us. You just want to know what went on in California that she had to call in on your date. All right, I'm going to dial the number right now.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mia, please?
This is she.
Hey, Mia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From where?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning? The radio show?
I'm on the radio?
Yes, you are. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm calling you because we received an email about you from one of our listeners.
Okay.
His name is Nathan, and Nathan emailed us because he was supposed to go out on a date with you, and then you ended up having an emergency that you had to go to in California. Since that day, Nathan has been wondering why you're not answering his text messages, so he emailed us to call you and ask why.
Okay, this is This is weird.
I know it is. But Nathan wants to know if you don't like him, if you don't want to see him, something like that. If you don't want to see him, just tell us. We'll tell Nathan, and he won't bug you anymore. But other than that, he's wondering if you still want to go out with him. So is there anything that we can tell Nathan from you?
Just tell him I'll call him. And sorry, I've been busy.
So you do want to see Nathan again?
I'm really busy right now, so I just don't know when.
Okay.
I just don't know when I'll
Well, I appreciate you talking to us for a few minutes. We won't take much more of your time, but I just have to know, do you want to see Nathan again? Because it sounds like you don't, the way you said that. If you don't, I'll let him down easy for you.
I just, look, I'm doing some stuff in my personal life that I just need to, I can't, I don't want him to be involved in.
Okay. So your emergency was legit when you called him at the restaurant and said that you had an emergency. I was speculating that you were lying.
I'm in California.
You are.
Still.
Oh, why did you fly so last minute, though?
Look, I'm a little embarrassed about it. It was for a job. I don't want Nathan to judge me for it.
You're embarrassed about the work that you do?
Promise you won't tell him this.
Sure. I mean, I'll tell him. I will tell him that you want to see him again, but I won't tell him any other details if they're really embarrassing.
So I'm doing a photo shoot for Playboy.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They started doing that again. I forgot.
You're on a Christian mingle site, and you're
Just because I appreciate my body does not mean I am not a good Christian. I am just using the body God gave me.
Okay, so you're doing a photo shoot for Playboy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's a job.
Okay, I'll tell you why that confuses me, because he told us about how he met you, and he said on your dating profile, you didn't even have a profile picture. Normally, people that would pose for Playboy would have a lot of pictures on their dating profile.
Okay, but also people who pose for Playboy tend to be treated differently because of the way they look. Look, I want Nathan to get to know me for me. Wow. You know, for like my brain and my personality and not my, you know.
You are.
And you talked to him a bunch.
Yeah.
You never brought up what you did for a living?
I didn't want him to think I was some hussy or not a good Christian or whatever, because I am. I have a really good relationship with God, and I just happen to do this for a living.
When were you going to drop this news on him?
Well, I wanted to get to know him, and I wanted him to get to know me, and I wanted to build a solid foundation so that he knows where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? So it's not like... Because there's so many stereotypes, and I hate that. There's so many stereotypes of women that pose nude and models and just, you know, there's so much wrapped up in it. And not everybody is the attention-seeking hussy that they're, you know.
Right.
So that's a stereotype. I don't like that.
You got a great body. God has gifted you with wonderful looks. You might as well use them to your advantage and make a little dough.
I don't.
Right?
That's exactly right.
And you said that you want to get to know him on another level before you go into all that.
Right.
Right. That's perfect, because you sort of just did that.
What do you mean?
Nathan is actually on the other line and heard exactly what you just said.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You promised.
You've already been this far. You might as well say hi to Nathan.
Hey, Mia.
Someone sounds excited.
Yeah.
That's the best news we've ever gotten in a second date update.
How's it going?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to find out this way.
But, I don't even know what to think anymore. I mean, of all the reasons you went to California, this wasn't even anywhere near the list.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know that I hate it. I don't know that I know I don't like it, but the people in my life, I don't know how they would react if we went down this road and you were in Playboy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person who judges you. I sort of understand where you're coming from. I mean, believe me, it's not like I haven't seen a Playboy before, but I don't know what to think.
You bad boy, Nathan.
It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a bad Christian. I actually love what I do, and I think God made me for this.
Nathan, are you saying that you don't want to see Mia because she poses for these type of magazines?
I mean, I'd definitely like to see her. But this
is why I was worried, because guys treat me differently when they see me in person, you know? And, like, I don't want to be treated
Yeah,
differently.
you want to be treated like every other uggo out there. I understand, but unfortunately for you, you're not. Nathan, so are you worried that it's the people in your life that are going to judge you if you were to go out with Mia now?
I guess I am. Now that I'm thinking about it, if we do end up going out, I guess I'm worried about what other people would think. On the other hand, we had an amazing connection, and I am a guy, I'm a man, so
Yeah.
I definitely would like to see her and meet her.
Okay.
I will say, I know that my husband would have a problem if I was taking pictures naked for other men to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he would, period.
But it's a job, it's like being an actor and having to kiss somebody else. It's not like that's my personal soul. I mean, yes, it's my body, but my body in this case is just, it's like an accessory.
And Nathan, if you like Mia, who cares what anybody else thinks, really?
Yeah.
You guys had a lot of good conversations and stuff like that. Like, if she was a porn star and you really loved her, then who cares what your parents think or your friends?
That one might be a bit different, but
I'm just saying.
yeah, love conquers all, right?
Yeah, so would you go out? Okay, Mia, would you go out with Nathan again? We'll pay for a second date.
Please.
You guys didn't even really go out in the first time, so would you go out with Nathan officially?
I mean, if he doesn't think I'm a bad Christian.
Okay. Nathan, are you going to be an idiot and pass up a date with a Playboy model? I will pay for it.
Mia, how long are you even going to be in California for?
Honestly, I don't know. This is kind of a big job opportunity for me, and I really want to not blow it. So,
At the end of the day, we had an unbelievable connection, and I did, at the very least, like to meet her in person and see if the chemistry is there in person as well.
Sweet.
Yes!
Awesome. And you guys can talk about it more in depth in person.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
And Mia, just another question. What issues are you in?
Oh, come on.
Like Miss October? I want to know.
It's show research.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Everybody texting in at 78592 wants a date with Mia from today's second date update.
Yes, they do.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And if you missed today's second date update, Nathan wanted to call Mia. They actually met on a Christian dating website, and he didn't even see her picture before they met, and I guess she was stunning. Anyway, the reason she wasn't really getting back to him was because she was gone in L.A. taking some photos for Playboy. Because they're doing photos again.
Yeah,
but
They stopped doing like photo shoots for a while, but now they're doing them again.
Yeah, but they're doing the classy ones. They're not doing the nude ones anymore. I mean, it's still like a little racy, right?
Yeah, and it's still cool to be a Playboy.
You could celebrate the body God gave you as a Christian. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't see why not either. But Nathan was bothered by it, though.
Yeah, well, I've also never been considered a good Christian, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the right opinion.
Can you imagine, though, not seeing a girl, like, she could be anything, and she's a Playboy model? Like, this guy hit the jackpot.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky.
But at the same time, he didn't, because he's like,
Yeah.
morally, I can't
It's like,
do this.
I will barely even go look at an apartment if it doesn't have a photo up, let alone go on a date with somebody.
I know.
It's either going to be amazing or a rat-infested mess.
Seriously, remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
In the dating world, is there anybody who should be considered off limits romantically?
Yes.
I mean, immediate
Married
family
people?
members,
Oh.
sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
It's been a disappointment I've had to live with for years.
I know. Also, people who are already in a relationship. Again,
Yes.
Brooke, apologies.
When
That's-
I met my husband,
I know.
He
He was in a relationship.
I didn't do anything wrong, though. Did not do anything
You
wrong.
stole him.
Mhm.
Well, he stole himself
Yeah,
away.
that's true. He was already single.
What about coworkers?
Oh, that's fine too.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
People looking around this room. Like,
Don't
what's
dip your
about
pen
to
in the
happen?
company. I don't think anybody wants to date in here.
Oh, we'll see. Well, one of our listeners went out with someone who was off limits for a little bit, but the second that window opened up, she jumped right through it.
All right, that's my type of girl.
And now she needs our help. Her name's Christina. Christina, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
What window were you jumping through, Christina?
Tell me not the family one.
That's my grandma's window.
Who's this guy?
So his name is Greg, and he's actually my son's little league coach.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Good with kids.
I see.
All right. So what's Greg like?
Well, he's really nice. He's athletic, so that was attractive.
Okay.
Sure, baseball coach.
And it's like you see any guy who's like maybe a 6 interact really well with children, they're automatically like a 9.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really, honestly.
Brooke loves Barney the dinosaur. She's like, damn, that guy is hot.
Okay, I was thinking people, Jeff,
Oh.
not dinosaurs.
Well, you should word it more specifically.
She also likes a guy named Barney.
Yeah. So how did you and Greg start things off?
So obviously, I kind of knew him, as my son's coach, but we didn't really talk one-on-one much until it was the end of the season party. They had a party for all the kids. And
Pizza party. It's the best.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I signed up for baseball.
And did you
If I
know?
could just sit through 12 of these games, I will get a pizza party. It's promised.
Did you know this whole time that Greg was single, or was this something that you learned at the end of the year party?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I really, like I said, we didn't have that much interaction, definitely not on a personal level until the party. And then we were just chatting. He was like, oh, what does your husband do? I was like, oh, I'm actually divorced. And he said, me too. And then.
Okay. You know those divorcees at the T-ball parties.
Okay.
Ears perked up.
Uh-huh.
And so did he ask you out or did you ask him?
No, he asked me out.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, he was interested from the get-go. That's why he immediately asked about the husband. He was obviously fishing, right?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Probably right.
Yeah. So we did end up going out just the one time.
What was it? What'd you do?
Well, so we went to a casino.
Oh.
Nice.
That's a very divorcee thing to do. But
There's a lot to do at casinos, though.
That's a fun date.
Yeah.
For
Definitely.
sure.
Gamble. You can watch a performance.
How did that go?
Well, from my perspective, it was good. Maybe not from his. That's what I'm calling. But
Uh-oh.
we went and we ate. We did a little gambling, and I don't know how to play cards or anything. And he was kind of showing me how to do that. And
And where was your kid during all this?
Hopefully with a sitter, Jeffrey.
Oh, okay. He didn't come along.
hope not.
no, he did not
Like,
come.
on my lap.
Yeah.
That is not the important piece here.
Well, just making sure. Okay.
What was like the highlight of the night for you?
Well, so we ended up going into this, they had like a little kind of club there. We ended up dancing and, yeah, it was good. And he had picked me up. He gave me a ride home. Probably the best part was we kissed when he dropped me off. Again, I thought everything was great.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. It sounds like you like closed the door to your house and were like, oh my God, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, not quite because the kiss was great, but so after that I was like, yeah, I'd love to see you again. I had a great time. And he was like, yeah, me too. And it was just kind of weird. He like didn't look at me. Like I just got very weird vibes. It did not seem genuine at all. And it just kind of, that was really off-putting. And then I just haven't heard from him since.
Was it a good kiss or a bad kiss?
I thought it was good.
I would hope his reaction isn't like that. If it's a bad kiss, like, mwah, all right, get out of my car. That sucks.
I mean, it's kind of how it felt, though,
I guess
right?
you're
Like,
right.
Yeah.
for his mood to change right after a kiss.
I mean, what are you thinking? What do you think could have gone wrong?
I can't think of anything. I literally have been playing through in my head, like, well, did I say something weird or...
I've already thought of something. Did he lose a lot of money at the casino? Because I would be in a horrible mood if I just lost a bunch of money.
But that wouldn't make you not call a woman back.
Yeah, it
Do you know
would.
what I mean?
It's like
Don't
guys
you
after sporting
underestimate
events.
me.
Like how they're
Yeah.
mad for like days.
You're right. Yeah, your favorite team loses. You're like, don't talk to me. Just get out of here.
But
Okay?
a baseball coach that stops at first, something's off about that. I don't know.
Are you saying that he was upset he didn't get invited in?
Maybe,
Is that what you're saying?
maybe he was trying to get to second or third.
Well, at least
That's
he didn't
a-
try to steal second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank God.
that's illegal.
All right. Well, I think we have some investigating to do. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Greg for you. And then Christina will try and get you a second date, all right?
All right, sounds good.
All right, hold on. It's a gorgeous afternoon here at Brooke and Jeffrey Stadium. The perfect day to enjoy some nachos, Cracker Jacks, and moonshine as we witness a scintillating second date. If you missed it, one of our listeners, Christina, went out with her son's Little League baseball coach named Greg. They went to a casino, had a fun time, even got a kiss at the end of the night. But after that, things were a little awkward. And that's why she needs our help today to get a second date. One thing I forgot to ask you, Christina, is we know that you have a child who's on Greg's team, so he must have a kid too, if he's the coach.
Well, typically. Typically, that's true.
Yeah, so maybe that's something that's running through his head. Like, were your kids friends? Because he may be looking into the future about bringing your two children together.
I mean, yeah, he does have a son on the team also. I don't know if I would say they're friends. Like, it's not like they play together outside of Little League. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do men typically do that much forward thinking, though? It's like one date and already he's trying to plan play dates with the kids. Like, it just doesn't feel...
Well,
I don't know.
maybe Christina's son is better than his son at baseball, and he's worried that he's going to end up loving her kid more.
Yeah, okay.
Because I wouldn't want to get into that situation.
Oh, man, the guy can throw all the way to home from the outfield.
Okay, so there's where your mind really is how
makes
good
more
his
sense.
kid is at baseball.
Is that a possibility, Christina?
I don't think so.
Yeah, neither do we.
I'm just giving you an insight into how men think.
Yeah, I don't know that that's the insight.
Yeah, you probably thought all the way up to like, do I get a kiss?
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, we have a lot of questions here, not a whole lot of answers, so let's just make this call. We're going to call Greg and try and get you your second date. You ready, Christina?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial his number right now.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for Greg.
Yeah, you got him. This is Greg.
Hey, Greg. My name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. What's this all about?
This is all about a segment that we do called the second date. It's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you start laughing while I'm talking, and then things get awkward on the phone like this.
No, it may be good. Have you heard the segment before, Greg?
Yeah, I guess so. What radio station is this again?
Okay. So you've kind of heard it. It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Yeah, sure. I've heard it before.
Okay.
He's just playing along. You think there's a prize or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. What did I win?
So one of our listeners has asked us to get a hold of you. Her name's Christina.
Great.
Okay. That didn't feel good, Greg. Oh, man.
So Christina had a lot of nice things to say about you.
Yeah, no. It's I've got tons of nice things to say about Christina. No, she's a good-looking lady. We had a fun time. Yeah, no. I don't have anything bad to say about Christina.
Okay. She said you're not calling her back after your guys' date at the casino. Are you, like, not looking to date seriously or something right now? Because she did say you were divorced, so maybe it's fresh. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm divorced. It's just kind of embarrassing. It's something with me. It's not something that she can change. I just don't think it's going to work out.
Oh, my God. It's what I thought.
It is not what you thought.
Oh, my God.
Tell him what you thought it was.
Is Christina's son better at baseball than your son, and you're embarrassed?
No. My son's very good at baseball.
Okay. Because we
All
knew
right.
you're the T-ball coach and
Well,
everything.
if it's not that, then what could it possibly be, Greg? Because it seemed like a pretty good night from Christina's point of view.
No, it was. We had a very nice time. Again, not something she can change. It's just the way things are, and that's just the way it is.
That's such an excuse. It's not you, it's me.
What can we tell her, though, right? Like, because right now she feels like it's all her. Like, the reason you're not calling back is because you don't like her.
That.
Could you give us something a little bit more specific?
Yeah, I don't want to think it's her.
Right.
It's just that, so at the end of the night, we kissed goodbye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I kissed her, like all of a sudden, all I could see was like her kid's face.
What?
His
when
face?
you kissed her,
Like
you
her
could...
face looked like her son's face. You know what I mean? Like there's a resemblance.
They look.
And it's all I could see.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's weird.
That is weird. That's why it freaked him out.
Yeah.
It's not like I was thinking about the kid. It's just like, genetics, like her face, like bone structure. Like it was, it was very much like the kid, and that's very weird.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty stereotypically how parents and children turn out. They tend to look similar. But I
Brooke's
thought,
son looks just like her.
did you not know that before you were out on the date with her? I feel like you've seen her before.
I don't know. I never really noticed it or saw it, or it wasn't really something I had to notice or think about before. But it was like when you were that close to her face. That was something, the only time that I really saw it. And then, do you feel the weirdness that you feel right now in your body? Imagine that's how I felt.
Oh, yeah. It's
Don't you think that's something you can get through? I mean, it's I'm being honest, it was her face first. She gets claim on it. That's all I'm saying.
That should be a rule.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
She's calling dibs on the face.
Yeah. Her face looks like hers.
But I spent a lot more time with her kid first. And I'm still spending more time with her kid. So
that's why.
Again, it's not her fault. Totally not her fault. Yeah. It's definitely more feminine features, I'd say, than little boy features. That's so weird.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, this is going into dangerous territory right now.
Yeah. I would love to tell Christina all of that, but I think it might sound better if it came right from you, Greg.
I don't think this is a message we should share.
It's not going to sound good coming from anybody.
No, but that's why I need to let you know Christina's been on the other line listening this whole time.
Oh, great. All right.
Yeah, she wants to talk to you. Christina?
Yeah, that is not what I was expecting at all. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it either because looking at you from further away, you don't really notice it. But I can't get over that knowledge or that awareness that I have now.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Didn't you have kids with your ex-wife? I mean, you guys have kids. They have to look like one of you, right?
Yeah, well, that relationship didn't work out either, so.
How do you feel about that, Christina?
Just icky.
Icky.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have ever thought that would be, a reason that would keep you from dating somebody, but...
Can you imagine how awkward it is if he takes her for ice cream?
Yeah.
I feel like I've done this with your son before.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think any of us in the room have any good advice for this. What the heck do we do here?
I don't know.
Christina, are you willing to get some cosmetic surgery on your face so that it doesn't look like your son anymore?
No, I bet you have a perfect face, Christina.
I'm saying I'm sure it's perfect, but if you want this to work.
You could get rid of your son.
Yeah. Or
okay, you both.
Maybe a bag on the face situation. Then there's no cosmetic surgery needed.
All right, none of these are good.
That is terrible.
Guys, Christina has a very lovely face, a very beautiful face. It's just when I kiss it, it looks like a little boy.
Okay. I don't even know that we should ask. I don't think we should even ask. I don't even know how, when you describe it like that.
There are places besides the face that you can kiss, though. What if no face kissing?
Let's not.
No?
No.
I'm trying to make this work. You guys are trying to kill this relationship.
I think this relationship is dead.
Okay.
I don't know that I have much hope.
We can't know that for sure until we ask Greg, would you be willing to go out with Christina one more time and we'll pay for it?
I wasn't really ready to go out with her before. I'm definitely not ready to go out with her after this conversation here.
Okay, it's even worse. We made it even worse.
Do you feel the same, though?
Yeah, Christina, are you cool with that?
Yeah, actually, after this conversation, it's just too weird.
We found the one subject that both of them are like, nah, never mind.
No.
Next.
Okay, let's move forward.
I mean, at least he was being truthful. It really wasn't about me.
Yeah, all him.
Yeah, and don't hesitate to introduce any of your future love interests to your son. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Just say it's your twin.
Yeah.
Won't freak him out.
Chuck is on the phone with us, and he wants to do a second date to a girl named Rebecca. They met at a singles mixer, ended up going out to an art exhibit, and Chuck thinks that he screwed up because at the art exhibit, he tried to act like he was refined and knew all about art, didn't know anything about it, so he thinks that she was able to spot that he was lying and isn't calling him back. Chuck, I really want you to be successful in this second date update.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm pulling for you on this one. I want to get you a second date with this girl really bad. Not necessarily because I want you to go out with her, but I don't want you to have to go to any more singles mixers. Because I know
They are pretty bad.
you said this is one of the first times you've been, and you don't own a bad leather jacket. And we talked about how everybody at singles mixers has bad leather jackets. And I know if you keep going to these, you're going to acquire one of those. And I want to keep you from getting a bad leather jacket.
Thanks a lot, Jubal. I appreciate that.
No problem. I'm just trying to save you from that leather jacket. That's all I'm trying to do here. All right, man. Are you about ready to give her a call?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Can I speak to Rebecca, please?
This is she.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm calling you because one of our listeners recently sent us an email about you, and I wanted to ask you some information.
About me? An email about me?
Yes. It's a segment that we do on our show. It's called The Second Date. It's basically if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
Okay.
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently?
I wouldn't say a lot, but I've definitely been dating. I'm single, so.
All right. Well, this guy's name is Chuck. You know Chuck? Is that a yes? Is that a yes? You know him and you're not impressed by Chuck? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Or you don't know who Chuck is.
I know who Chuck is.
Okay. I'd appreciate it if you could just tell us maybe why you're not calling him back.
I mean,
he said you guys met at a singles mixer and ended up going to an art exhibit.
That's true.
Right? Okay. He said at the art exhibit, he was trying to act like he was smart and knew everything about art when in fact he really doesn't know much at all. And he thinks that you saw through that, and that's why you're not calling him back.
I thought he knew a lot about art, so.
Oh, you did?
Really?
Oh, so he fooled you.
He pulled it off?
I thought he knew what he was talking about. I mean, I don't know too much about art either, so maybe that was...
Really?
That's awesome. Okay, so there's some common ground between you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good time. He's very charming and a little rough around the edges, but in a way that was nice and what I liked.
So if the date went really well, then why did you sound so disgusted when I brought up his name?
Well, he kind of creeped me out. I mean, and not for anything that happened on the date. The day went well. I came home. I felt good. Went to bed, and the next morning I got up and logged into my Facebook, and I had a ton, like hundreds of notifications. Whoa. And I was like, what's going, why? And he'd gone through, like, every single profile photo that I've ever posted and liked them. So all of these notifications were him liking my photos. And they were photos, I, swear to you, from, the beginning of my Facebook lifetime. I mean, when did Facebook start? This must have been from 2006 or 7. Maybe even before that.
Oh man!
But maybe.
Anytime anybody's ever been on my thing and I get a like from 5 years ago, oh, that's creepy.
No, it's totally creepy. And what's worse, it didn't just stop at Facebook though. He went to my Instagram and left a few comments too on old postings, kind of in a way that was seemed aggressive almost. It was thank God I didn't have a Twitter account, or what would he do? He's
retweeting tweets from 10 years ago.
I mean, you're telling me that you didn't look up all of his old pictures and Instagram?
Well, that's I did look at photos, but I didn't like him, and I did not go back to the beginning of his Facebook profile and be like, oh, you look adorable as a 24-year-old or whatever, whenever Facebook started. But that's a huge red flag to me that, I mean, whether or not he knows the etiquette.
Thank you for sharing that with us, by the way. There is a difference between just looking at the photos. We know everybody social media stalks. Yes. We know that. There's a difference between looking at it and a difference between liking those pictures. Every single one, and old ones.
I think that is too far.
You're telling me that if somebody went on your Facebook, a guy that you dated, and started liking pictures from 5 years ago, and how many pictures do you have on your Facebook, Rebecca?
Oh my God! I mean, hundreds, over 1,000 for sure.
He didn't like over 1,000 photos, though.
He liked 600 of my normal photos, photos I'm tagged in, photos I posted, all of my photos.
Wow!
I think there was even a few events that he liked on the way. Who does that?
That must have taken him a lot of time.
Yeah.
Up all night.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's even creepier. I mean, that makes me want to not friend anyone ever.
You know what? This might creep you out too because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
let me get this straight. You don't like the fact that I like your stuff? I mean, why would you put
That's a bad way to
stuff
say it.
on the internet if you didn't want people to look at it and, like, comment on it? I mean, I just wanted to know more about you, you know? I really liked you. I wanted a little background on you, you know?
I mean, is like 600 of my photos like enough background? Like, how much background did you need? Like, did you need to go back to what I looked like in 2006 and like enjoy that moment of my life? Like, I never assumed that someone was going to go back and like every photo and leave comments. Like, I mean, Chuck, you found a photo of me when I was 24 and blonde and posted something like, "Hey, blonde bombshell." I mean, like, you posted that on that. Like, why would you do that?
It's true. You were a blonde bombshell. I wasn't lying. Forgive me for thinking that you were attractive at age 24.
But don't you think that's weird? Like, you posting on these photos from, I mean, on my Instagram, too, like, how long did it take you to do that? You sifted through 600 photos at least. I mean, were you up all night?
Well, I don't really sleep very much, so I was just up online, you know, and just sifting through photos.
Oh my God. Does that not creep anyone else out? Like, am I alone in this?
I kind of still think that he's likable and that you should give him a chance. I know that sounds crazy and I know it's really creepy, but he really doesn't sound like he gets it. Like, Chuck, do you just not understand how social media works?
Well, apparently I don't. I mean, if you're not supposed to like things, I mean, why is there a like button if you're not supposed to use it?
You're supposed
to put that there. I don't understand.
Because you're supposed to use it sparingly, Chuck. Like, use the like button like a precision sniper. One shot, right? You don't just go through with a semi-automatic weapon and just blow a bunch of likes across somebody's Facebook page. It's going to creep them out.
I thought it was a nice thing, you know? I mean, if somebody went through my photos and liked them or commented on them, I would be, like, really flattered. I mean, that's why they're up there, so people can enjoy them. I was surprised that Rebecca didn't like any of my photos the next morning.
I mean, I looked at your photos, but I didn't, like, go through it and like them all. Cause I mean, like, it's so creepy. I don't know.
Creepy,
I mean,
creepy, or is he just more honest than any of us? Because at least he admits that he went through and stalked it instead of pretending like he didn't.
Rebecca, I would love to ask you if you'll go on a second date with Chuck. We will pay for it.
I promise I won't like you. And then I'll go back and I'll stay up all night and I'll unlike all the photos if you want, if that makes you feel better.
I mean, I did have a really good time. That totally creeped me out, but maybe you are just more honest than the rest of us with our Facebook stalking.
Okay, so you'll go out with Chuck again?
I think, yes, I think I'll.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Way to go,
Congratulations, Chuck. You got your second date. Now, I want to point out you did get a date by a girl going, I guess.
I'll take it.
All right, whatever it is, you'll take it.
A win's a win.
I can't tell you much about the guy that's on the phone that wants to do a second date today, but I can tell you this. He owns a bad leather jacket.
Really?
Why do I say that? Because he met the girl that he wants to call today at a singles event, one of those singles mixers. And every time you go to one of those, just a bunch of dudes wearing bad leather jackets all the time. Every time I've seen one of those horrible leather jackets. Chuck, how you doing?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Good.
Oh, poor Chuck.
So are you owner of a bad leather jacket?
No, I do not. I do not own a leather jacket, but I did notice a bunch of really bad leather jackets.
Yeah, see? Look at any one of those things. It's just guys with greasy hair and bad leather jackets. So tell us a little bit about the girl that you met at this singles mixer. What's her name?
Her name's Rebecca.
Rebecca, all right.
And when I first started talking to her, like the first time I met her at this thing, I was kind of nervous, and I really don't think that I came across very, like, charismatic or confident. You know, I didn't really have much to say. So the first meeting didn't really go too well. Then I got to talk to a few more girls, and I warmed up a little bit, you could say, and gained a little more confidence. And then the second time I went to talk to Rebecca, it went a lot better, a lot smoother.
Okay.
I'm always surprised that people actually meet somebody that they want to date at these events because I've hosted a lot of them and I haven't actually seen success stories. Like, what about her stood out among the group?
Well, this was my first time going to one of these events, and I actually brought a friend in mine because I didn't want to go by myself.
Uh-huh.
So I really don't have much experience with these things. But what stood out about Rebecca was just that she seemed very classy, you know. She was well-dressed. She was very pretty. She came across, like, really intelligent, you know. Like, more so than me, probably.
All right.
That's cute.
So what'd you guys do when you actually went out?
Well, I wanted to take her somewhere kind of classy, you know, because I figured she was a smart, classy chick. So I actually heard about this art exhibit. I figured that's a pretty classy thing to do, you know, art exhibit. Kind of an original first date sort of thing.
Right, and you impress her a little bit by going like, hey, I'm cultured. I know about all the art in town, baby.
Yeah. So we go to the art exhibit, you know, and you know, luckily they had a few drinks. They had some like wine there.
Right.
And we had a few drinks while we looked at some art, and we, you know, talked about the sculptures and the paintings that we saw.
Who is more interested in the actual art, like you or her?
Well, I don't know. Like, I pretended that I was interested. Like, I don't really know anything about art, and certainly after a couple of glasses of wine, I decided to sort of talk like I actually knew something.
So you're sitting in front of like a painting, breaking it down, and you have no idea what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like, I would take a look at, like, one of the paintings, and I would be like, oh, I really like this avant-garde style and the use of pastels and
Were you just sort of spouting any art word you've ever heard?
Pretty much.
Look at those brush strokes.
No idea who the artist was, you know, what century it was made. Could have been painted yesterday for all I know.
Do you think she saw through it as like maybe you were trying a little too hard or you were a fraud or anything?
That was my initial thought as to why she's not returning my calls or texts. Because we had a pretty good time, you know. It seemed so anyway. We shared a kiss at the end.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we had a kiss, and that was it, though. I mean, there was no hot action, if you will.
Yeah.
But things went well, and I asked her if I could give her a call, and she was like, yeah, sure.
Okay, so it must not have gone too bad, though, if she's willing to kiss you at the end of the date. Yeah. In my experience, if a date doesn't go well, most girls are not open to a kiss.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I agree. I don't quite know what went wrong.
You know, I do think, though, I think it would have been more attractive if you would have just said, hey, listen, I think you're classy. I don't know a whole lot about art. Let's experience this together. Like, why weren't you just honest about it?
Yeah, that would have been a great idea, Brooke. I wish I had thought of it. Unfortunately, I'm not that bright. I don't know. I feel like maybe I didn't come across very genuine on the date, you know, and maybe she saw through that, and I just want the opportunity to, you know, maybe take her out again and perhaps show her, like, the real me, you know.
What is the real you?
The real me is a guy who likes to drink and play pool and watch sports and watch stupid movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I will say in the couple minutes we've talked, I think you're really likable.
You are. I agree.
Well, thanks. I agree. I may not be the sharpest bulb in the drawer, but I you know, I got lots of friends.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and see if that's the reason in your second date, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, man. Hang on.
Now ADT can help protect your family at home and on the go. Get started with ADT's best offer, an ADT starter kit and security camera installed free. A savings of $449. Plus, you'll get ADT Go, the new family mobile safety app and service for 24/7 emergency response. Go to ADT.com/podcast today to take advantage of ADT's best offer with 36-month monitoring contract, easy pay and QSP. Early termination and activation fees apply. Additional charge for ADT Go premium services after 3/31/18. Certain markets excluded. Licenses available at ADT.com. Offer ends April 1st.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
What happens when a beautiful single woman shows up to a church event full of 20-something dudes?
Oh, gosh.
Well,
Mayhem?
they probably all have to start praying because they're thinking all sorts of bad thoughts. And I wonder if that's what happened to Keith, who's on the phone today to do a second date update. He says he met the girl that he wants to call at a church function. And Keith, when you saw her walk in, what impure thoughts were you thinking? What were they?
Guys, I'm embarrassed, guys. I don't really want to tell you that.
Oh, sounds like someone used the hymn book in a strategic place when he stood up.
No, it wasn't in church that I met her. You know, it was at a church function. It was like a singles barbecue. And yeah, it was like a nice day. And I've been going to this thing for 4 years.
For 4 years. Wow. And were you standing with your church buddies and you saw her walk in? You're like, dude, that chick, man. Oh, she looks like she could pray for hours. I would pray her so hard.
No. We were standing there and, you know, I was with my boys and they saw her first and they started talking and almost catcalling her. And I was like, guys.
At a church event?
Listen, like, you have no idea. There's a lot of pent-up something going on with these guys at a church event. When a pretty girl walks into one of these barbecues, I mean, you know, you can go a year or more without seeing anything. And then finally, like, a pretty girl walks in and, like, everybody gets, like, woof, they start,
All right, so these church singles barbecues are a lot like a construction site or prison. It sounds like.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, embarrassingly, yes.
I haven't seen a pretty woman in ages.
Yeah. So, Keith, were you able to restrain yourself and actually be a gentleman when you talked to her?
Yes, I was. The guys around me swarmed her. Like, can I get you a plate of food? You know, do you want to go for a walk? And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to hold off. I'm going to play it cool because sometimes, you know, if you play it cool, then maybe they'll get interested in you. Like, why isn't he talking to me?
Well,
Right.
obviously you're the expert, seeing that you've gone to this singles event for 4 years. Your game is not working very well, Keith, is what I'm trying to say.
You might be right. You might be right.
All right. So how'd you guys actually start talking then?
Well, into the evening, they start to do games. They'll do like these little sort of fair games, you know, and amazingly, out of the luck of, well, maybe it's God's plan, I don't know, she was paired up with me.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Divine power at its best.
That's right. Let's hope. But so she and I ended up playing this egg toss game where you stand close to each other, like 5 feet away, and you throw an egg and catch it. And you keep going a little further and a little further, and eventually you get like 15, we were probably 15 feet away from each other, and she throws the egg, but she threw it too hard. When it hit me in the mouth, I did fall down on the ground.
Whoa.
And I started coughing and trying. It was hard to breathe for a minute. And
this sounds dramatic.
I got to tell you, it's embarrassing. But what was nice about it, I'm going to tell you, she ran right over to me. And she was standing over me, and she was very apologetic and very sweet. And she said to me, what can I do to make this better? And this is where I got brave.
Oh, nice.
I said, what if you go out to dinner with me on Friday night?
Whoa. All right, way to seize the opportunity.
Yeah.
What'd she say? Did she think that was cute?
Well, she laughed, and she said yes.
All right.
Okay.
So did you guys actually make it to dinner, or were you so injured from the egg thing you never actually went out?
No, I recovered quickly, and we made it out to dinner. We went to Olive Garden.
Oh, I love Olive Garden. What was the Olive Garden like for you two lovebirds?
Olive Garden was a different world. And not in a good way. No, he's laughing back there, but it wasn't a good thing. It was like we had been set up at the barbecue, and it was like we had all these games to play, things to say to each other, and then we get to Olive Garden, and it's like it just got so real. Like I didn't know what to say to her. Yeah.
That's usually when I take one of those breadsticks and just put it in my mouth and look at the person across the table from me. Just make eye contact. Awkward eye contact.
No. I was feeling so nervous, and I only ordered a salad, and I felt like, okay, well, I'm just going to try to eat light. And she ordered like a full meal, like breadsticks, chicken parmesan, and like on the side of shrimp scampi.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think you went wrong ordering only a salad. Yeah, dude. No woman wants to go out with a guy who's just eating a salad while she scarfs down. Well, I mean, good on her, but what'd you do while she was eating? Just looked at her?
You know what I did? I took my time, eat my salad one bite at a time, and I just kind of tried to wipe my mouth after each bite.
Oh.
Just spread out the salad for an entire 3-hour meal. One salad.
Well, unfortunately, I wish it had lasted 3 hours. It was only about probably 28 minutes total. I think I timed it, which I shouldn't have done.
Probably.
It was 28 minutes. And what she did was she got up at the end and she said, "Thank you very much for dinner." And she shook my hand, and I tried to pull her in for a kiss, but she pulled away and turned away and left.
Wow, did she seem angry about something?
No, she was really polite, but she just went ahead and walked out and left. Not mean, but just not nice either,
I mean, it doesn't sound like you guys had the best chemistry.
Ah, man, I tell you, it was not the chemistry that we had when I had an egg in my throat. But
maybe that's the problem. Maybe we can score you a second date, and then on that date, you just keep an egg in your mouth the whole time. Okay? We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Not to put too much pressure into the second part of today's second date update, but this is the moment where we find out if God really exists.
No pressure at all, Jubal.
No pressure at all. If you missed the first part of today's second date update, Keith is on the phone and he wants to call a girl named Amy who he met at a church function, and then they ended up going out to Olive Garden. The date ended with her kind of getting up and saying, "Okay, well, thank you very much for the time," shaking his hand, and then walking off. He said that she wasn't exactly mad, but she also didn't seem very happy. So we're going to try to get her on the phone and find out what went wrong. Keith?
Yeah.
Are you ready to see if God, in fact, does exist and you guys will go out on a second date?
I'm ready to call her, yeah.
Okay.
I will say, Keith, your date only lasted 28 minutes, and I don't think that that's fair of her. I think she should have given you more of a chance. Obviously, you were nervous. Doesn't sound like you drink alcohol, which is always my go-to to make myself more relaxed. So I'm hoping that you get another chance at this.
Thank you for saying that. I don't know why it ended so early. Hopefully she'll tell us.
Yeah. Okay, I'll dial her phone number right now and see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Thank you, and God bless.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Amy, please?
This is Amy.
Amy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who is it?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I don't know who that is.
Well, Jubal would be me, and Brooke and Jubal in the morning is a radio show, and Brooke would be the Brooke part of that whole thing.
Hey, Amy.
And Jose would be that dude you hear right there. So,
hi.
What is going on here?
It's a radio show, and one of our listeners emailed us to see if we could get a hold of you.
Who?
Well, his name is Keith.
Keith?
Yeah, Keith.
Keith from the church thing?
Yes, Keith from the church thing, the guy that you met at like a singles barbecue, and then you went with him to the OG.
The OG.
The OG.
The Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Oh.
I mean, if you're not hip enough with the OG slang.
Yeah. I'm just confused as to why you guys are calling.
Well, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. So Keith is wondering why you kind of left your date early and then haven't been responding to his text messages or calls.
Is this for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% for real. Keith really liked you. He said he had a good time. He said a lot of nice things about you, but he's confused why you don't want to see him again.
I'm confused as to why he would even call me back. But
what?
Really?
Yeah.
He said like that you were awesome and gorgeous, and you guys had fun at the barbecue.
Well, I felt really bad because we played some like games. One of them was an egg toss, and I threw it kind of hard. Maybe I wanted to get out of there. I don't know, but it kind of went in his mouth and it got stuck there. And then
Yeah, he told us about the whole egg fiasco. But then he says after that he asked you out. You said yes, and he thought you were having a good time at the Olive Garden until you took off.
Well, we were having a decent time. I mean, he was a nice enough guy. He was. It's just that, I ordered a bunch of stuff, and he told me order whatever I want, but he only ordered a salad. And so I said, well, how come you're not eating more? And he said that he couldn't really afford it, but he'll pay it back, and he was borrowing against the collection plate.
Wait, what?
Borrowing church money?
Wait, you can't borrow money from the... So wait, he
So
steals...
he grabs it out of the collection plate.
Listen, I don't know how he does it. All I know is he said he pays it back. So I just was out of there. I had to go.
Yeah, you're like
crazy.
guilty by association if you're eating a big meal at the Olive Garden on the church's tab.
Right.
Not even
That's
on the church's tab, like on people who's donating their money to the church's tab.
I felt so guilty. I just had to get up and shake his hand and go, like I thank you, but no thank you,
Oh,
Yeah, I had no idea that you could use that as a loan, too. I got to start going to church again.
No. I mean, what's crazy to me is that he told you this without thinking anything was wrong about it, is what it sounds like.
That's the whole thing is he didn't think there was anything wrong with it, and that his whole thing was that he was going to pay it back, so that makes it okay. Like,
I don't think so.
Wow. All right, so...
Excuse me, guys. Can I just say, hey, it's me. It's Keith. Can I say something?
Yeah, you can, Keith. You were supposed to wait, but I'll just tell Amy right now. Amy, Keith is on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
what is going on?
Keith really wants to talk to you, so he was waiting until his moment, and I guess he found his moment.
There it is.
Amy, listen, you're getting it all wrong. Look, I just borrow money from the collection plate, and then I pay it back on Sundays. That's it.
That's not okay, though. Like, I don't understand that.
No, Amy, it is okay. Like, I do it all the time. I do it, like, literally every weekend, and there's never a problem.
Oh, my God.
Guys, I don't know why everyone is freaking out about this. I pay it back. It's not like I'm stealing from God. I pay the money back.
Lord.
Keith!
Lord.
No.
Yes. How do you even do it? Are you just, when it comes to you, you're just taking the money and...
No, I work behind the scenes, and I take the collection plates back, and I, look, every time I replace the money, every Sunday that I took from the week before, I replace the money.
Okay, so I guess it's not really stealing if you're giving them the same amount back, or is it still stealing? I don't understand.
They're out money for a whole
Okay,
week.
look, you're making me sound like a bad person here, and I'm not a bad person. I go to church.
Okay.
I don't think that's
You're
the
right.
qualifier. Amy, Father doesn't know, but I think he has an idea, and he's okay with it.
Oh, you think he has an idea?
Maybe?
Keith, he didn't tell you it's okay. It's stealing. It's not borrowing.
Amy, you are judging me right now, and I'm praying hard for you, but you are judging me.
Don't pray for me. Pray for yourself. You're a criminal.
On that note, I'm praying for both of you to go out again on another date.
No!
Amy, would you like to go out with Keith one more time? I guess the Lord will pay for it. But if not, then we'll pay for it.
Well, they have to, because otherwise he's going to have to go on the collection plate and take it again.
I can just pay it back.
No, Keith, you have to stop this practice, like, right now, okay? It is not okay. There's nothing about it that it's okay.
Amy, do you want to go out again?
Not really, Keith. This whole thing has just left a bad taste in my mouth. No, I'm good.
Well, that's disappointing, and if I do see you at church days or another church function, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll come up and talk to you. I don't know. Maybe I will.
Whoa.
Keith.
You're a wild card, Keith.
That is some strong action. You are an outlaw.
No, I'm not. I'm not an outlaw. I'm a man of God, and I'm also human, and I deal with emotions like everybody else.
All right, well, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date, Keith.
Thanks for trying, Jubal.
Yep. Yeah. And Amy, thank you very much for being honest with us. I appreciate that.
Well, yeah, I'm just glad it came out because it's wrong. The whole thing's wrong.
It is wrong. Keith, it is wrong to do that. Also, can I go to church with you?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 that says, I didn't know you could do that at church. I might start going now.
No.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Keith met this girl named Amy at church, and then they went out on a date and she wasn't calling back. When we got her on the phone to find out why, during the date, he told her how he was paying for everything because on Sundays he'll take money from the collection plate and then he'll always replace it with the same amount the next Sunday. So he doesn't consider it stealing, but it still rubbed her the wrong way that he's taking money from the church, basically.
Yeah, and the church doesn't even know about it. It's like borrowing your buddy's car without telling them and then not returning it for a week. That's still Grand Theft Auto, basically.
And I like how he's like, well, I pay it back every week, but dude, you never add to it. They're always minus, and then you make them even, and then you take it again. You're never really contributing. You're taking.
No, they're always down the same amount, whatever he's taking.
And he's using the money to date, which is also just feels wrong. Right? Like if he was using the money to go buy some needy children's school supplies, maybe.
Nope, he's using it to take girls out to the Olive Garden. And unfortunately, he's not getting another date because she didn't want to go out with him again after she heard that he steals from the church. I don't know why. It's weird.
Judgy, you think? You think she's being a little judgy?
Yeah, I do. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Two great places to meet people, church and funerals.
What?
Right?
No,
Yeah.
not funerals.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's awesome place to meet people. But
because they're so vulnerable?
yeah, they are.
That's terrible.
But Stacy actually met the guy that she went out with at church. Hey, Stacy, what's up?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Thanks for your email.
Stacy.
You want us to get a hold of a guy named Kevin that you met at church, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So had you seen Kevin before? You guys known each other for a little while?
Not really. I mean, I just started going back to church recently. So I was just trying to be spiritual again, I guess.
Going back so you could be a born-again virgin?
Oh, girl.
One of those?
I mean, I guess I have been a little bit of a bad girl.
That's okay.
Way to call me out on that. Thanks, guys.
No problem. Hey, I grew up in the church. I've met a lot of Stacys.
Look how bad you turned
Nice.
out.
I've met a lot. Jubal is, in fact, a Stacy.
Yeah. So you started going back to church, and then how'd you notice Kevin? What'd you notice about him first?
Oh, my gosh. Well, he is so tall. I mean, out of a fairy tale, tall, dark, and handsome. I was like, oh, I'm so glad I came back to church.
They're for the right
Although I shouldn't be having these sinful thoughts right now
Yes.
in church, but
Right, exactly. So we had seen each other for a few weeks, and eventually one day after church, he asked if I'd want to come over for dinner, and I did. I went over, and we had such a nice, fun night. We did homemade pizzas where everything's from scratch, So we're
Cute. Did you get flour on each
Yeah.
other's faces? And we're like,
totally. We had a pizza sauce fight.
God, that sounds like so much fun. Okay.
You got to think, Jubal. I mean, if you're going to invite a girl over to your house, you've got to know that you are really digging her, right? On a first date, that says a lot about his interest in her.
Well, not necessarily.
it's also close to the bedroom.
Yeah, I just want to get her home.
Okay, speaking of that,
there we go. Nice segue.
So, not exactly the bedroom, but we started watching a Netflix movie on his couch, and we started making out a little bit. It was really good.
Nice.
And, right in the middle of us making out, his upstairs neighbors started, going at it. Like they were clearly having sex. You could hear like squeaking like a bed against a wall, you know?
That's awesome.
How long did it last?
You always ask the weirdest questions.
you really
man.
do,
It's
like,
very pertinent.
it's awkward, but
because
just
if
like, was he a minute man? Did it sound like he was laying it down like hardcore, or was it like a soft session? I mean, I need to know every little detail. I think we got the awkwardness that they're on the couch making out, and then you hear that. That would be weird if you were making out with someone first time, and then you hear another couple doing it in the other room. What'd you do?
I made this really awkward joke, and I was like, "Oh, it's a sign."
Oh, I like
That doesn't sound like a joke, Stacey. That sounds like a plan.
Oh, no. Oh my gosh! So then he did not laugh. Okay, so clearly, like the joke was a fail, and I wasn't there that much longer. Like the movie ended, and so I went home like a little bit after that, and he was so sweet. Like when we said goodnight, he kissed me on the cheek, and he was like, "I'll call you, and I'll see you, at church." And then last week he wasn't there.
Okay.
So I've texted him, and I've called him, and I haven't heard back at all.
Maybe he's just been spending some time praying
Oh,
after
yeah.
making out with you.
It is kind of weird that he cheek kissed you after a full makeup session.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll play a song. Come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Stacy, have you been saying your prayers?
Oh, yes.
Poor Stacy.
It's your second date update. Stacy emailed us about a guy named Kevin, who she met at church. She went to his house. They had a fun time making pizzas together, watched some Netflix. The best part of their date, in my opinion, though, is when they started making out, and then his neighbors, in the middle of it, started going at it. And it created a very awkward experience where you made the joke. What was your joke, Stacy?
He said it must be a sign.
And then at that point, he kind of like didn't laugh and got quiet, and the date was over then, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But
All right.
Stacey, I mean, if he's that serious and he can't find the funny in that, do you really want to see him again?
I need someone with a little bit of a sense of humor, but it was just so awkward, you know?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to call him right now, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thanks.
Hello, this is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on the radio station Moving 92.5. You ever heard of us?
Now I have.
Awesome.
That's a start.
We host a morning radio show from 6 to 10. You should check it out, especially since you're going to be on it right now.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about a girl that you recently went on a date with.
Okay.
Her name is Stacy. Now, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. When somebody goes out on a date with someone they really like and then gets blown off, they email us to call that person and find out why. Stacy is wondering why you won't call her back.
Oh. Okay.
Do you remember going on a date with a girl named
Long, awkward pause. Silence.
Did she do something wrong on the date?
I mean, let's just say she's a little fast for me.
Fast?
So
Fast for you?
yeah.
And I'm assuming you don't mean like you think she could run a mile quicker than you. Like she's
No. We had a lovely evening that was going very well, and then things proceeded like they do when an evening is going very well.
Okay.
And then it just started to get a little too heated, as it were.
She said that you were watching a movie and you guys started to kiss a little bit.
Yes.
And then in the middle of that kissing, your upstairs neighbors decided to do more than kissing very loudly.
Yeah.
And there was an awkward moment. She said she made a joke like, oh, maybe it's a sign. And then you didn't laugh at it. And she thought maybe she upset you.
All right, I'll be totally honest here. I'm trying to save myself.
Oh, you're a
All
virgin.
right.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
So you're saving yourself for marriage.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, there's a lot of things
Are
wrong with
you-
that. We don't have time to
come
get into
on.
all that's wrong with
Leave
it.
the guy alone.
So you're saving yourself for marriage. You're a virgin.
Yes, I'm a virgin.
So, did you not get her joke? I mean, she was just joking about it being a sign that you guys should do it.
No, she didn't really seem like it was a joke. I mean, it was said, but there was a little more intention behind the joke, and things just got pretty awkward pretty quickly. And I realized, as wonderful as she is, she's the kind of girl that might want to move faster than I would be able to, and she's incredibly attractive. She's and so that kind of temptation is incredibly hard to fight.
How do you get that impression, though, Kevin, that she is that kind of girl?
Well, it was her that sort of initiated the kissing. Now, I'm a big fan of kissing, so, I wasn't really going to stop that because, as I said, she's incredibly attractive.
Right,
But
and that's all you got right now. You might as well embrace it, right?
I mean, I was definitely very tempted, and it was definitely the kind of girl that my mom always warned me about.
Oh, gosh. Kevin, how old are you? How old are you?
Oh, man.
I'm old enough to make my own decisions,
Yeah,
but,
right.
I just still hold on to the lessons my mom teach me.
Right, and Kevin, I'm assuming that since you met Stacy at church, you're a pretty churchy guy, and
I'm a fairly churchy guy. That's
Churchy? You mean religious?
no, churchy is all the same. Whatever. So you just feel that she is way too loose of a woman.
I
Promiscuous.
just think she, I mean, not to toot my own horn too much, but I just don't think she'd be able to control herself.
Oh, there it comes. Now you're
Right, it's
arrogant.
her that couldn't control herself. Hey,
Arrogant virgin.
Kevin,
Yes, sir.
I do have to let you know that Stacy is actually on the line and heard everything you just said.
Good Lord.
That better not have been in vain.
I agree. Hey, Stacy,
Then.
say hi to Kevin.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Kevin. So,
Hi.
that's the reason, huh? I mean, do you have any idea what you're missing out on?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just no sex is something that I firmly believe that it's something that you want to save because it's special and it shouldn't be just tossed aside at any moment. It should be something that people really want to do for the right
I'm
reason.
just saying. I mean, if you think kissing is great,
Stacy,
You're not saying that you want to date a virgin. You're saying that you want to convert a virgin.
no, that is not what I'm saying.
Kevin, you're searching for another virgin to date.
I wouldn't necessarily say another virgin per se, but definitely someone that holds to the same values, or at least be able to hold to the same values.
Kevin, to be honest, we had such a great time with our private pizza making party and pizza fight and everything. I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but I would actually be willing to give up sex to go out with you again.
Wow.
Whoa.
Kevin, you've actually made a woman not want to have sex ever again. How does that feel?
Kevin?
That's crazy.
Now,
Kevin, what do you say?
I have to tell you, your body was telling me something completely different the other day.
Oh, well,
And
I think
I
you
don't know if
can
you'd be
trust my
able
word.
to truly restrain yourself.
Really?
She's not going to take you to the room and just,
Have her way with you.
yeah, like you have a little bit of a say in it too.
And Kevin, are you crazy? Like, how many women are offering this for you? I mean, I don't know many girls that would just stop having sex because they meet a guy who's that great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like Brooke, she's got a husband and she still has sex with dudes all the time. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't stop for him.
That's not true.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I know you say you're going to be able to wait, but just from what you had said a second ago, look at what you're giving up. So I just question that. That's all.
I think you should have a little faith.
Oh, good line.
Stacy just wants to take it.
She sees the card.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's like, I want that V card.
It is.
All right. Well, that being said, we'd love to offer you guys a second date. We will pay for it.
Stacey, if I say yes, do you think we'd be able to control ourselves?
I do. I promise.
All right, let's do it.
You're gonna do it? You're gonna go out with Stacy again?
Let's do it.
Well, you're gonna go out with her again. You're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But you will go out on another date.
Wrong choice of words. Huh?
Yeah.
That's a while.
All right, Stacy. Well, congratulations. You got your date. Keep us up to date on how everything goes.
I will. Thanks, you guys.
Yep. And Kevin?
Yep.
Kevin, I want to be the first person you call when you finally become a man. Okay?
If you're just tuning in for the second date, we've got Claire on the phone, and Claire had quite a night.
She did.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she went bar hopping with a guy named Adam, who she
yes,
met
she
on
did.
Tinder. They drank a
Okay.
bunch of novelty shots together. They were having a great time. By the end of the evening, Adam's sister even stopped by to meet her and say hi.
Yeah.
Now, Claire, we never asked you this. Did you tell Adam the only reason you went out with him is because he shares a birthday with Nick Cage?
Oh, yeah.
Because if you did, that could be why he's avoiding you.
Dude, we never even,
I mean, I didn't tell him.
Okay, that
That's a
you
good thing.
that you remember.
Yeah.
Claire was very intoxicated.
She
I
was.
think that there may be a lot
That's
of
a solid
pieces of this
point.
night, Claire, that you're leaving out, not on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember ordering like 2 more crouching tigers from the bartender. So who knows? I don't know what.
Yeah.
And it's the mixing.
That is, I mean,
Like, I love shots, but
I'm
I always stick
guessing
to one thing.
after you take a shot of Crouching Tiger, you get the Hidden Dragon.
Yes, you
That's
do.
the problem.
Or you
That's what
become
they
the
say.
Crouching
Yeah.
Tiger.
Because Claire did remember going and running out of the bar to relieve some nausea, possibly. She doesn't 100% remember
God.
doing it, but
Oh, I feel
came
like
back up.
these are the biggest risk second dates, Claire, because I mean, you could have done something really embarrassing that we're just about to find out about. Are you okay with that?
I mean, I have to know, but I'm like cringing a little.
Okay.
Hey, we've
Well,
heard it
just
all, so you're fine.
Buckle up, Claire,
Yeah,
because it
buckle-
could be a rocky ride.
here we go. I'm going to dial Adam's phone number right now. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Hello?
Hey, is this Adam?
Yep. Who's this?
Yo, Adam, what's good, brah? It's Jeffrey.
What are you doing?
You sound so uncool.
What are you talking about?
That's not your voice.
It's not how anyone talks. No one talks like that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Hello, Adam, sir. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Adam, we're working on the middle ground with Jeffrey.
Oh, sorry, man.
You guys tell me you want me to talk young.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't work for you.
All right, well,
Okay.
sorry about that, Adam, but
I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm about to hang up the phone.
Okay, no, please don't hang up. I apologize. Look, we're a radio show, Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning, and we're doing something right now called the second date. Have you ever heard of that before?
No, I have not heard of this.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's not where Jeffrey tries out new slang words.
I thought it was pretty good, but whatever. All right. So the way the second date works is if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
All right. And so recently you took out a girl who's hoping to get a hold of you, and her name's Claire.
Oh, yeah. I do know Claire, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so,
read 'em yet.
yeah, Claire told us about how you guys met, said she had a great time on your bar hopping date, and she's hoping to get some answers for why you've been ghosting her lately.
She wants to know, like, what does she want to know exactly?
She wants to know the reason that you're not getting a hold of her after your night together, because she said that she had a blast with you taking the novelty shots. She said she met your sister. I mean, she did say that she got a little bit sloppy at the end of the night, maybe.
Wasted, yeah.
But
Which sounds like it was to be expected. You ordered a cement mixer for her?
You must have been wasted, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was nice.
okay.
That's all?
Yeah, I just don't think Claire and I are going to work out.
Okay.
Can you explain why? Because Claire has no idea.
And she was honest. I mean, she said a lot of the night was a little hazy, so maybe something happened that she doesn't remember.
No, not really. I think the vibe wasn't right. I mean, it was good at some parts, but overall, I think it just probably wasn't for the best.
Okay.
Could you be a little bit more specific, though? Because she really wants to know what she did wrong. Like, was it her getting drunk? Did she say something weird in front of your sister?
to be honest, my sister wasn't really my sister.
Huh?
Well, she's your stepsister?
What does that mean?
She was actually an ex-girlfriend of mine. We're still close.
Whoa! Your ex-girlfriend you played off as your sister.
Or you dated your sister.
Yeah. Now we need clarity.
No, I've never dated my sister.
Okay.
All right. But this girl that you told Claire was your sister is actually an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. We dated years ago. We've remained friends. She knows a lot about me, and I'm not very good at, like, the whole reading people thing, and I invite her out sometimes to basically help me out with that part of things. Like, if I'm having a good time with somebody, I'll invite her out, say, hey, what do you think? And it just wasn't a good fit. The vibes were a little off, and to be honest, my ex didn't really like Claire that much.
Wait, the vibes didn't fit according to her or according to you?
That's a good question.
I was kind of on the fence. And again, like, I'm not great, especially with alcohol involved, like reading people. And I like having a second opinion. And I trust her. It was fine, but, my ex was like, this would never work.
Wait. How many times have you done this? Because you're still single. I mean, has your ex ever said, like, yeah, this is a great girl for you?
Yeah, she has. And to be honest, she's hit it out of the park. Like, that's why I trust her so much. She's a great judge of character.
How do you later explain to someone you're dating that your sister is actually your ex-girlfriend?
That's a tough pickle to get yourself in.
Yeah, usually, I wait a couple months and I kind of bring it out as a joke. And it's kind of funny because we're already dating, so it's not a big deal.
Wow.
Lying to me about who my family is.
Well, I wonder how Claire feels about that. Because I need to tell you this, Adam. She's actually been on the other line listening and heard everything that you said.
Adam, what is going on?
Boy.
She's your ex?
Okay, this is a little weird, but yeah.
I would argue saying that your ex-girlfriend's your sister is a little weird, so... What are you thinking, Claire?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't understand why.
Right.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but I didn't really mean for you to know about this stuff, and I am sorry, but it is something that's like, I do trust this person, and trust me, we do not want to get back together or anything. It's just more of like a third party to help me out.
Well, can you be more specific about why your ex didn't like Claire? Like
what did she say about me?
I don't know do you really want to know this stuff?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I do.
I think you probably don't, but it's okay, Claire.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, okay, if you want to do this. She said that you kind of talked a lot about yourself during the date, and it was kind of annoying.
Are you kidding? She was asking me all kinds of questions about myself. What am I supposed to say?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Like, I was answering the questions about me and who I am and where I'm from. Like, the normal questions that you would answer about yourself. Like, I mean...
Yeah, but it was kind of a lot.
Though, Claire, that is actually not too bad of an insult. I mean, I think that we can all fall victim to that sometimes. Like, you're not the only person who has ever...
Answered questions?
I don't know. No, I just mean, got caught in a one-sided conversation. Can you look back and think, like, maybe you weren't asking enough questions about them?
I mean, maybe I was, like, a little more chatty since I was drunk and just, like, I guess maybe rambling on and answering about myself.
She also said that you were on your phone a lot, too. So.
What?
Oh,
that's
a bad look.
Yeah, we were talking about, like, traveling and places that we've been, and I took a trip to Italy, and I was sharing those photos with you guys.
Oh, yeah, you're sharing photos of your vacations.
Yeah, it's all about you again, huh, Claire?
It does sound, I mean, these are points that we can all learn from, right? You can grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Claire actually had a really nice time and a great vibe with you up until that point. So,
dude, then just go with your gut.
Adam, I was definitely very drunk, so I feel like you didn't get enough time to, like, really get to know me without having your ex there, like, you know, asking me all these questions. And then I was nervous because here I am thinking, like, this is your sister, right? And I'm trying to make a good impression. I'm also drunk, and I might have been talking a lot. And
it's a great point.
Yeah, just stop talking there. Just stop talking there, Claire. You have to learn. You have to learn from your past mistakes. Just shut up.
Oh wait, are you on the phone right now? You better hang up.
You guys, stop joking with me.
Okay.
Oh, Claire, I think that you bring up excellent points.
Okay.
I mean, you do.
Yeah, well, here's what I'm going to do. Adam, would you like to go out with Claire one more time without your ex?
Yeah, that should be a rule.
You said that you vibed with her before she came along. What do you think? Give her another shot. We'll pay for it.
I mean, for goodness sake, she's still interested after hearing that messed up story about the sister lie.
Yeah.
I guess my ex and I did kind of set you up for disaster a little bit, and you we were asking a lot of questions about you and your trip, and I would love to see you again.
Yeah.
All right. Claire, does that work for you?
That does. It works for me.
Why do you sound so disappointed with it? Like, oh, it does.
No, I am. I'm glad. I'm a little bit embarrassed too. So
Again, we don't need to hear about your feelings anymore, Claire. Ask about our feelings. When you decide it's time to go out into the dating world, the prospects might be underwhelming.
Well, duh, there's a reason they're not taken yet.
But
Speaking of myself as well.
the volume of prospects, though, can be overwhelming.
There you go.
And that's why you have to look out of however many swipes you're doing, 100, 200 a day.
Whoa.
You have to start thinking, maybe I need to look for a sign in here.
A sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that shows you it's the right person.
So like the opposite of a red flag.
Right. So for
What's that like?
a lot of people in this room, that sign might be something that says STD free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's kind of picky in the Tinder world. But one of our listeners, Claire, was on a dating app recently and says that she saw a sign. So Claire, how are you today?
Hey guys, I'm good.
Tell us who this guy is. What's his name?
His name is Adam.
Okay. And have you been doing dating apps for a while?
Yes, I've been on Tinder for a while.
Yeah, I could hear the sadness in your voice just then.
What was the sign that said Adam was the one for you?
So on his bio, his birthday is the same day as Nicolas Cage. And I love him. Like, I am crazy about him.
Oh, really?
Wait, you're crazy about Adam, or you actually like Nicolas Cage?
Oh, I'm crazy about Nicolas Cage.
We found the one.
Wait.
The one
Nicolas Cage is your type.
You're talking about the same Nicolas Cage we're talking about, like the actor.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You guys don't think he's hot at all?
No. That's a no.
Yeah,
absolutely not. I mean, if you like things that come at truck stops, then maybe.
I think everybody's beautiful in their own way.
Ooh, ouch, Jeff.
But tell us a little bit more about Adam. Like, what stood out other than him having the same birthday as Nick Cage?
I mean, he's like not really my type, but you know, I decided to give him a shot because he has the same birthday as Nicolas Cage. And he's cute, but you know, his personality, I think, is just what made him so much more endearing. And like, I was really just into him.
Okay. So like, did you hit on him or did he hit on you? How'd you guys make the date happen?
So when we matched, I kind of just reached out to him and was like, we should get together and grab a drink because, you know, I mean, it's got to work. He's the same sign as Nicolas Cage. So,
Okay, and what'd you guys do for your date?
so we went bar hopping, and it was so much fun. He, like, knows a whole lot of these novelty shots. He was, like, feeling comfortable and just opening up and ordered this shot called the cement mixer, which sounds like crazy, but it was so good.
Dude, cement mixers are the most, they like curdle in your mouth and turn hard. Don't ever take one.
Yeah, novelty shot. That's what she means. It's like prank.
Oh my God, that's so gross. It makes me want to gag.
It's what you buy people for the 21st.
Was that fun for you to do like crazy shots and stuff?
Yeah. I'm like, normally I don't take shots, but like he was ordering these and I didn't want to like come off as a loser. So I took them. There was like one that tasted like bubble gum. Like it's called the Bazooka Joe. There was like one called a Crouching Tiger, which I don't even know what that is, but I was having a blast, and I thought it was so cool that he was just like ordering all these cool things.
That always happens when you go out to the bar. You're like, what is this? I don't know. Drink it.
Yeah, let's mix them all together.
Who cares?
If a guy's buying it, just drink it.
Exactly. Okay.
I mean, like, you say you're having a blast, but I'm assuming you're wasted by the end of this date.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we get to the third bar, I think it was, and he gets a text from his sister who like wanted to join, and we were like, oh my God, that'll be cool. That's fine. Like, have her come.
Oh, wow. So you're meeting the family on date 1.
Yeah, so I thought that was really sweet. So we're all taking shots together, we're having fun, and she starts asking me questions, as like a sister would do.
I mean, you were cool with that? Because I actually dumped a guy once because he wanted me to meet his 3 sisters, and I'm like, no. Too much. I'm not going to do it.
Along with women? Or?
Yeah, Brooke doesn't like the competition.
No, it was just too scary for me.
Uh-huh.
Like older sisters, I am an older sister, and like.
So you know.
Yeah, I'm like
You're protected.
I think it's even more pressure to meet an older sister than it is to meet the family, like to meet the parents.
I could see that for sure. But that sounds like it went pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was kind of like a different scenario because she was already out, and she texted Adam, and she just kind of wanted to stop in and come in.
So how did everything end with you and Adam and his sister?
So by the end, I think we were all just getting along. Everything was super cool, and we were having so much fun. But we were all very, very drunk. I was pretty toasted.
I would
kind
imagine.
of started getting So I kind of started getting the spins, and I wasn't feeling really good, and I excused myself, and I may have thrown up. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not the fireworks you want to end a date usually.
Yeah.
Did he see that?
I don't know if he saw it. I hope he didn't. I just told him I needed some fresh air.
Okay.
But, towards the end, we all hugged each other goodbye. We got into our own Ubers, and we went home.
Is that why you think he's not calling you back? Just because you puked? I mean, the guy's feeding you disgusting shots. What is his expectation?
The girl can't hang.
I mean, I can't imagine it's just that. I mean, we were having so much fun. It's not my fault that I got sick.
Well, it's in moments like these that I always wonder, what would Nick Cage do? And I think Nick Cage would play a song, he would come back, and then he would call Adam for you and ask him, where's the treasure?
Yeah.
And then he'll get your second date right after this, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on.